So it was just I needed a change of scenery. So I left my crib, everything, go get. I think towards the end of the year, October. So making an MS, Masako.
Phase 4.
Masako, I've known Masako since like 15, 14.
Yeah.
My best friend, rest in peace, Duncan. Kenon tutileng gabs ito.
Yeah.
Di kona niya na every holiday harata gabs ke ano to barare man ka go bon.
Nabo BT comes to town.
Wa ba. Kapa ke really makete niya na Orapa wa ba. Never. That never happened because somehow we even knew the real guys and you know what I mean. We knew how to behave. We knew how to mingle with people.
School, my nigga. It will teach you something.
You get what I mean? So
just be humble. That's what I always try to tell niggas. Like, wherever you are, nigga, I found weed in Uganda. Just be humble.
Just be humble. So that's all it was.
Edit that out.
And so MS and you get what I mean? I grew up playing like I gave Zerna in the hood, go phase 4. My sister Nana phase 4. So later can go phase 4. So we just like the phase 4 kids. You get what I mean? So le haran Zerohola Sinewave go block 6 MSA Nana Recheka Wawan. Kila naskimisaka IC Wawan. You get. So now when I came on a rapper as Mosako, I was like, this dude raps. You get what I mean? I didn't even know.
Like name
OD.
Mosako alone.
OD.
Yeah.
I knew OD through his uncle who taught me basketball. Steady. Steady was like a big brother in Orapa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Steady was that guy that really loved basketball and good music also. Kind of we grew up around guys like DJ Bigger, Mafuda, who was one of the co-founders of Loxian Culture.
Yes, sir.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Guys that broke out both Squatter Camp. I long heard of Squatter through those. You get what I mean?
Definitely.
So we had like a mentorship that was legit.
Yes,
that's why we were cocky with it.
Yeah.
Because we would listen to P-Side like... To us, it was like, what a joke. Real talk.
But don't you think that's also what then
like
made
the competitiveness
people... I know, but then don't you think that...
We didn't know what in gabs it was. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To us, it is like, so this is it. This is right.
This is it?
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
But we like, then we met guys like you. And you were awesome. You know what I mean? And because Liberty was a real dude, you get what I mean?
It's about like that.
So even the whole thing, like I said, me going on air and talking crap about Remco and all of that, it was just being a battle rapper, just being a kid and not thinking and taking your shot. You get what I mean? And Presley is my big brother and I love him to death.
Of different identities. Podcast with PODI-CAST.
Yo, what's popping, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the PODI-CAST right here at Leo's Inn in Gaborone. I'm your host, SCAR, and as we do about this time every single Wednesday, we got another fun-packed show for you. I'm going to be hanging out with one of BW's royalty as far as music is concerned. This guy's a hip-hop artist. He's a producer. He is... radio ad, TV ad producer. He's an engineer. He's done a lot of things as far as BW music is concerned, and also in the background with a lot of other artists. But before we even get into that, remember, smash that like button. This is something I learned from my nephew. Smash that like button. Smash. Can't think of what's into WhatsApp status. This nigga thinks he's on YouTube. But yeah, smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel Yelung Horomoyan right now. This is the Local Corner Multimedia YouTube page. That's where you get PODI-CAST every single week. And this is why we're here right now. So without further ado, in the house today, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by none other than Bangu. Jail.
Donkey.
Two-time Yama Music Producer of the Year. You have 2 Yamas.
Yes, sir.
So, like, yeah, ne? When was the first one? When was the second one?
I think it's 4th and 5th.
4th and 5th, huh?
Yeah.
I'm really not good with dates.
I think I'm same here, man.
I'm really bad when it comes to dates. Thank you so much.
Maybe 5th and 6th, but 4th somewhere there.
Hey,
4th and 5th. Yeah, bro.
All right. So thank you so much for coming through and joining us. The Yamas are gonna be on this year. Was supposed to be last year, but it went on to this year. Are you nominated for any of them this year?
No.
Why? Are you tired of them? Come on, that's such a baiting question.
I mean, am I tired? I'm not. I mean, the right people deserve to be nominated. Let me just put it that way.
Okay.
Since COVID, I haven't been dropping music the way I usually do. You know what I mean? And also that was part of like restructuring.
Yeah.
Trying to, because the plans that we had were done years, in the past. We were at 2015, 2014, 2016.
Yeah.
And it was like just the cogwheel rolling.
Yeah.
So when COVID hit, things were going according to plan, but COVID disrupted everything. So that was like a reset button, really, because some of the people we worked with passed, in terms of club owners, managers.
Yeah.
Some people just went out of business. They couldn't afford locations.
Yeah.
This is nationwide. You know what I mean? So we tell a lot, it disrupted everything. Radio personality changed.
Yeah.
Even just the whole world changed.
Everything changed. I mean, everything changed, man. Everything changed, especially like and especially because you were also working with a record label at the time, building towards releasing more music and putting more stuff out there. But I guess that was an abrupt stop. But before we even get into that future, because I want us to start from the beginning, because I think a big reason of why I have you here on the show. And I never really want to justify episodes as I'm about to. But like a major reason is because of, I look at you as one of these artists who came through at a time when Loro Nabu were blowing up, but you never really got like mainstream exposure like that because maybe you were from Francistown. You know what I mean? And you weren't from Gabs. But before we get into that, let's talk about being from Ghetto. Let's talk about who you are and where you grew up.
Okay.
Hey, let's start there.
Real name, Bangu Cyprian.
Yeah.
Mating.
Yeah.
Some people, when they put or what's that other middle name?
Yeah, Cyprian.
Exactly. But actually, that's my first name.
Did you rap with Cyprian? Did you use that as a name before?
No. Funny enough, I never. I started rapping when I was 13.
Yeah.
And out of the Snoops,
Yeah.
the Parks, the MC Hammers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was born and raised in Orapa.
Yeah.
So Kemokalaka, yes. Francistown has been my second home because school holidays I'd go to Francistown to my aunt,
Yeah.
She's like my second mom. Because I just rocked up. School holidays just rocked up unexpected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where I learned Ghetto from hanging with my cousins, and mostly they were females, my cousins.
Yeah.
So I got to hang with their boyfriends who were Brazil, like in Ghetto, you know what I mean? And they're actually pretty cool dudes. Till today, they're still my big brothers, So they accepted me as this little kid from Orapa who can rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gangster is my girl's cousin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
R.I.P.
You know what I mean? So that's what it was. And then Nahela thought I'm from my
Ota.
blood, I'm from Orapa, even though nobody's really from Orapa, but like I was born and raised there. You know what I mean?
So with mining towns, like what is it about mining towns that makes them special? A lot to stories creativity in the country, because like a lot of people who get into these roles. Music, it can be starting up radio stations. You know what I mean? It's always a J-Mac cat. It's always an Orapa cat. What do you think growing up in a mining town did for you that you don't think you would have gotten from any other place?
First of all, Orapa was different. It was self-sufficient. Like now when we were growing up, you know, there wasn't a spa. It was the Orapa supermarket. There was a farm. There was a matabelo. There was everything. It was self-sufficient. You know what I mean? So we got the milk, the dairy, the meat, everything from the Orapa farm.
Yeah.
You know, there was the parks and gardens that controlled that, the parks and the gardens. You know what I mean? So there was everything. But we didn't even know how life was until written on a school trip, roll on a bus to Francistown and Rehetaha Blue Town, and we're like, woo! You know what I mean? Like, so this is life? You know what I mean?
For real?
Like,
yeah.
Hey, so that's how it was, you know. But
it was like a gated community of
it's
some
like
sort.
Kampa, Nyana Masole. Not Nyana, but Kerala was like Kampa. But it was gated, you needed a permit. So if you're from there, when you're under 18, 16, you don't need a permit. You know what I mean? Because we're not paying. So let's say on SABC 1, 2, 3 and Mnet, BBC, you know what I mean? So we're not listening to Boyarona, we're listening to RV2 and Metro FM and 5FM, Busasha Martinengo, you know what I mean? So we grew up on those.
On that
listening, and there was, it being a gated community, it was like, no taka and everybody, you know what I mean? There was literally like Makoa from Europe, South Africa, Namibia. There was Batswana everywhere, from the south, from Bukalaka, from up north. You know what I mean? So that also as a culture thing, clashing, not really clashing, but like, you know, mixing
like a
up.
Pot, like a melting pot.
Yeah, it was a dope experience because we learned from one another. And nobody's better than the other. It don't matter whether your mom is a cleaner or Rago is the general manager. It didn't matter. We were all the same. You know what I mean? And the education was the same also. The only difference was Livingston in Alamako. But like in terms of neighborhoods, we lived with white kids, with Indians, with everybody. You know what I mean? And normal. It's like take a Harako Panala Makoa Elidiboso. You get what I mean? Sorry to say. So it was, like I still have my boys that, like family till today, that I grew up with, that are colors, white, and it's not about color. You know what I mean? It has never been about that. So when we were growing up there, the sky was the limit. Yeah,
you could be anything you want to be.
You could be anything you want to be, and we watched TV, and sometimes we believed we were in America.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, you guys thought you were like in another country, because I'm thinking about the rude awakening of getting out there and then la bwana konte young dog. It's like
true.
Did you feel okay, we are ever gonna get sucked into this life, or do you think okay, listen, we're just living our own little thing in our own little space there? Because I thought a lot of you niggas had your head in the clouds when I met some of you niggas. It was like, yo, these niggas are living in. Because, I mean, we'll be walking through Buji Westable Phase 2, so we thought we were grimy. We thought we knew. But then when we meet some of you guys coming in from Orapa, you know, first of all, the raps were sick. Guys were talking about some crazy shit. The J-Mecca guys, you know, so it was always like, where are these mofos from? when you compare Orapa now and Orapa then, as for a child's experience, do you think it's still the same? Do you think it's something aspirational, like, in that type of community right now?
I mean, the education is good, you know. So if you're looking at raising a kid, what Batswana provides you, it's not even about it's like you work for Batswana, you can afford outside of Orapa. You get what I mean? Half of us, some went to Zimbabwe, some went to SA, like from like after primary, you know what I mean? Some came to Bomap, you know what I mean? And others went still Bomweding, Bomata Space. So it's like we spread up. But still, what was important is being a kid. ha re gola da ne re godiswa re itse gore we are all equal. That was more important. Like when I look back at it now, like it wasn't about gore yo Lebadi is a dope rapper, so now you are better than somebody, your neighbor or that guy you're saying. It didn't matter. You know what I mean? It didn't matter whether academically you were the smartest, everything prize giving. We're all equal. You know what I mean? And as a community of kids growing up, we put each other in check. You know what I mean? I grew up with Cubio in AK. You know what I mean? Imagine Cubio was a superstar at like in standard 5 doing Black Label tour. You know what I mean? And that's like my right hand man since day one. You know what I mean? So it was just fun. It was because you wanted to rap. There were kids that wanted to do motocross. Alesta Sayans. You know, he was in the X Games. ESPN. You know what I mean? Like guys like Bad Boy Brando. You know what I mean? Cubio, like I'm saying. You know,
you missed the tags of this world, Libo. From there,
Cliff, the late soldier. The hero, the pilot. Remember him? That's like my boy from day one. You know what I mean? So this is a guy that when we played basketball, he was, if I'm Jordan, he's my Pippen. If I'm Jordan. You know what I mean?
Out here, pass me the rock.
Because, I mean, ask around. I was good. You know what I mean? So he was my man.
No doubt, man.
You know, so we were all equal. You know, so.
So with Zgela, now where did you ultimately want to be? I mean, you're rapping, of course. Your friend is out here performing with grown-ups. You know, what did you aspire to be? Did you go to high school outside of Orapa? Where did you go? When did you ultimately go after in high school? I mean,
okay, I went to Sechele, right, primary, and then I went to OC. You know,
OC
in Orapa, from 1 to 3.
Okay,
right.
Orapa community.
Okay. Then I went to LSS. For me, LSS, when I went there, was the worst thing that could happen to me. Even though it's like 20 kilometers away from Orapa at the time. You know, and so it was notorious for that. So as a little kid who grew up in that little bubble, and now you have to go to Canada, and they're like, no, you guys should board actually. You get, so that was more of a so
trauma.
You can imagine, you know. So, but it was one of my best experiences in life. Going to that school, and it actually taught me real life because I got to go to school with people, with the East side, Sorowep, Ajerao, the Francis Town. So it was like literally letakane, like everybody but takane. So also now it's like a different cultural experience because of all these different mindsets. You know what I mean? Now, which played, the reason why I'm saying ended up becoming one of the best experiences in my life is that was really the core of Segbunch. You know what I mean? Like all that this it comes from Letakani and LSS, honestly, and also growing up in Orapa. But primarily what inspired it when we decided to Kwanya, because she's never been my thing. You know what I mean? I was that guy in class. You know what I mean? Like since and when I got D's from like standard 7 to form 5, Kaki puts out, how did I get a D? What did I write?
You got better.
But that's the thing. I'm like, I'm expecting a U and F. You know what I mean? Because Botswana wasn't my thing, honestly.
So what did you, was Ikalanga in the household? What was spoken in the household?
No, it was just the choice. My mom's a teacher, dog. You know what I mean?
But how did you get so good at Ikalanga and then you were so bad at Botswana?
Because my parents speak it at home. And I mean, like I said, Francis Town is my second home, right? And so, then when my parents decided, you know what I mean? So, neighbors were Ikalanga. Growing up in Francistown and also Orapa, there were other Kalangas. Some of my day ones are Kalanga boys. You know, so they're the people that later on actually influenced me to do this in Kalanga. You know what I mean? Be proud of who you are. Oh, blind because of going right.
Because you can actually speak it well. So Majitabo Neba Basic Bunch, you met them there, or was it like the beginning of how when your language, like you were able to now flip between Kalanga, Setswana, and English and build an identity for yourself? Because now you're like a mixture of these different worlds now. Your ghettos, your Letakane, your Orapa.
Yeah.
Is this where you met the guys, or where did you guys link up?
The guys, we grew up in Orapa together.
Oh, let me know about some more Orapa.
Yeah, the Mac Jacks, Good Days, the Spies, you know.
Hey.
Everybody's from Orapa.
Spy.
We all grew up there, you know what I
Okay.
mean? So, Malaiti, some wanted to just rap. They've always liked rapping, but they didn't want to be on stage, never sabate go blower or be stars, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So, Sick Bunch originally I was in Sinewave, right? And then Sick Bunch came later a lot when guys felt like, you know what, we just want to rap.
Yeah.
We just want something that is old town and we can rap.
Yeah.
And off a rhyme, mopining ela fault lip ela Sinewave.
Yeah.
Ignition.
Yeah.
There was something I said about we Old Town Sick Bunch, and that is where the name came from.
Okay.
You know, so it was like a brotherhood.
Yeah.
Originally, you know, it still is. And we never wanted to go commercial or drop it or whatever.
Yeah.
Because now I was part of Sinewave, and through Sinewave I knew, I've got a solo career. And there was a plan, and I didn't mind. There was like a 5-7 year plan, and I knew during that.
damn.
Yeah, I get it.
That's why your name was God damn it. 7-year planning.
I mean, looking at Sinewave, put it like, there's Cubio, there's Ignition, there's Mr. Ice, Twiz and Ice, there's Apollo, Nitro.
So you got
You know
straight
what I
into
mean?
it. Hilo, Tomoletakani CJ, mo LSS. Is that where you immediately went? Like you went into, I'm gonna start doing music now because my rhymes are really good. Or did you? How did you battle with, I'm going to be a musician over? Multimedia.
I get you.
Bo spy PE at Bo UB. What was your plan?
Honestly, we wanted to play basketball.
Ooh.
Yeah, like for real.
There's no one who was making it out of here.
We wanted to, but Good Day was that good. You guys knew Good Day.
Hey, Good Day was really good.
Yeah, and Good Day was, the map team was like Orapa guys.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who were the basketball champs in high school?
Definitely.
Always map.
Yeah.
And those were kids from Orapa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So basketball has always been a thing for us.
Yeah.
Since primary, we just loved it, and it wasn't part of the school program, but it was part of the community. You know what I mean? Sports are available in the community.
Okay.
There was everything.
Yeah.
Like I said, motocross, golf, rugby,
all of it,
cricket, squash, tennis, whatever. Everything was there.
I'm trying to get into that window there. We're not know about the winner because like music and
Yeah,
Give
true.
an example of your PZs of the world. That nigga said, F it, I'm not even gonna write these exams. Some of them. You know what I mean? What was your plan there? Because I think that's a crossroad. A lot of young people. You have a daughter, she's probably gonna get through that crossroad. Mm-hmm. Did you say F it to school?
Nah. Funny enough, my like rap experience, right? Like I said, I started rapping in 13.
Yeah.
This is Form 1. Form 2 at 14, we did our first show in Orapa.
Yeah.
This is like at the IRC, imagine.
Yeah.
14-year-old kids did a show at the club.
Yeah.
Mind you, my moms didn't know I rap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's how she found out. Got the weekly news here, rap.
Yeah.
Wawan, itaka time that was spanning. Like, look at your son.
Look at you, kid.
Hey, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Msadi wa Mukalaka is like, mwana uno ndupengela ho. Chonti gangi la ntokubuza. No. Hey, so, and when I came home, it's like, Bangu, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, no, it is what it is.
So
like
you made your choice from there?
I snuck out. Like,
Yeah.
I snuck out the house to go perform.
Yeah.
And I knew, like, I'm going to get in for it.
Shit
but,
for this, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't care. So since then, I knew, like, I wanted to rap.
So you
get
didn't
what I
apply
mean?
for like boing. You just said F it. I'm gonna do this
Well,
music.
after Form 5.
Because with Cube, you are getting Banali studio, so I'm trying to figure out what your mindset was at that time. Because you are so immersed in the music. I want to see, because it's a story for every Botswana child,
Yeah.
where you have to jump that bridge where you're like, yo, Mozadiwe.
Nah,
They saying for me, nigga, You want this degree?
I always
this
knew.
ain't for me.
I always knew I
So
wanted to rap.
you didn't apply?
No.
Effort.
I took a year's break.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real. I
It
took
stayed
a year's
forever?
break. No. Then I went to school. I did IT,
Yeah.
but I never got a job. I knew, like, okay, like I said,
Why was it so hard to get that shit out of you though? Pause.
What?
Like
To
that
my parents.
question, like no, just to get that question out of you. Or what? Did you try and do some
No,
education?
yeah, I am educated.
Hey.
I am educated.
What is so hard to say? Yes, I did do some
How
school.
I'm telling you what I did, but I took a year's break.
Hey.
Hey, so during that year's break, that was me really figuring out what I wanted to do because I wanted to play basketball.
The problem
and
with
I messed up my hand in high school. So yeah, so that meant exactly. So that meant I had to reevaluate again. For like,
what did you do?
Kids being kids, punch the glass door, cut my tendons, and yeah, it was one of those.
Why did you punch the?
No, it was kids, niggas be niggas.
How?
Just trying to open the door, and then some guy was trying to close it. It was a glass door.
And then you're like, fuck this nigga. I'm
So
going in
I just went in and
with the prize.
yeah. So come on, dog.
It happens
You're like
that
15 at
quickly.
the time, so who's thinking? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So
But life can be like flipping just
like that.
Just like that.
So after that, is
Damn.
basketball was a passion. You know what I mean? I still played, but I knew like
The shot was off.
You get what I mean? Yeah, it'll never be the same. So what's the next thing that I want to do? I'm gonna rap. Yeah, that I knew I was gonna rap. So QBO and AK coming from Ghetto flavor to AK after the recording experience, now wanting to be a sound engineer. He's the one on our push out like, yo, you guys do this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, he went to school for it in Midrand. He'd come with the thing, softwares, and would be like, yo, guys, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Learn it. You know what I mean? So that's how QB and I really got to it. But I didn't want to be behind the boards. I just wanted to rap.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to be goddamn it. You know what I
The
mean?
name goddammit. Ilito Kailon.
South Park.
Okay, goddammit.
Like for real.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? At the time, that was my favorite show. Still is one of my favorite shows. So
So the plan was to then make
my
it
boys
as
used to call me Catman. You know what I
Hey.
mean? So
because you're the vulgar of the crew.
not really they're all vulgar,
Hey,
but
no.
I'm just the heart.
I feel you.
I'm the one who had the balls to step up in them. The first of all, to call myself goddamn.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
I was gonna go through a lot of shit in the industry.
Yeah.
And I was willing to take it. You know what I mean? I was an outsider with guys from O Town. You know what I mean? And coming in, thought we came peacefully, honestly, because the way we were raised, it was like, yo, love everybody, be brothers with everybody. But there were certain people who were, I don't want to use the word gatekeepers, or who were in position of power at the time that didn't want to give us a chance.
Yeah.
A fair chance.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
Ooh, nigga.
nah, let's not name names.
No, why
just-
not?
No, I'm talking
Why
about
not?
guys who were in charge during the time, Kobo Yarona.
Yeah.
Some more maybe it wasn't even guys who were in charge. It was like guys who had shows and we befriended. You know what I mean? And we thought for a
All right. I'm still going to ask who the
no,
entire
no.
time.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say.
So this is when you guys are trying to drop Sick Bunch, the Mukwani
no.
music.
This is at Sinewave.
Now you're at Sinewave.
Yeah,
now.
this is before Sick Bunch.
Before Sick Bunch,
Sinewave, right?
Now
Yeah.
as the artist, goddammit. But didn't you think that goddammit, the name, because you spell it different, it's GODEMAT.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, you know how sensitive radio in Botswana is. With a name like goddammit, don't you think you make things difficult from the jump?
I didn't care, and that's what I wanted.
Then, but the consequences.
Of course, I knew, but I
Yeah.
didn't care.
So does it feel like gatekeeping when you know?
No.
the
It
name
wasn't
is-
about me.
Yeah.
It was about, like I said, we had a plan. We were a movement.
Yeah.
Sinewave was a label.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, we
Ignition
knew
was already
Ignition. This was before even Ignition was up.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, so the way we got in is because we got to know the bosses. Like the guys that own the radio stations, the guys that were actually in charge.
Robbie Rob.
From the Robbie Robs to the Doomies to
Yeah.
AK, because AK is big brother.
Yeah.
You get. So they gave us a chance and we rebranded Yaro. And I remember there was a time all the jingles that we're playing were from Sinewave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how we got in.
Yeah.
But the guys that were already
In
hired
business.
and Haribua at first, they were not trying to give us a chance, honestly. You know what I mean? So that also, because I'm a battle rapper by nature, that invoked the goddamn it in me. That was just the character that was willing to go out and not give a fuck and call it like it is. You know what I mean?
remember the radio imaging was done by you guys. A lot of the jingles, the music. So the music wasn't jamming?
No, before. When we started doing that, because now we had power.
You have power within the business.
I forced everybody to say, God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. and every time y'all say that, I smiled.
Yeah.
Because I achieved what I wanted. So it didn't mess up business in any way.
In any single
You get
way.
what I mean?
I feel you.
And also, AK Tota Ken, a guy who dealt with a lot. Because he's the guy who always be like, no, Bangu, tone it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't give. I really didn't. I was young, man. More ways like you're not looking at the bigger picture. You're young.
No
you know
doubt.
what I mean? And you just want to rap. You just want to be the best that you can be at it. You know what I mean? That's all it was. But now came, okay, also you have to prove yourself, right?
Yeah.
I remember I went on air one day. I didn't think of it. And the whole Remco thing when
What
you were
did you
there.
do? Tell me.
I want to
the
freestyle
people.
when I was talking crap. As Sinewave, because I think I was the first guy to go on air and say, I don't remember. I don't remember, but the first guy to basically go out there and call out Remco as a whole label. Sinewave, I mean, Third Mind included.
Yes, sir.
But part of it was like, you don't impress me like Third Mind and Presley. And, and it was a freestyle because we knew that's all we used to do.
Definitely.
We could write raps, but we could also rap all day without even writing.
Definitely.
So it was one of those, like, I'm in the studio and
you let one go.
I let one go.
Do you think there were repercussions because of that?
No.
Because you guys were also free in your speech in the time.
I mean, in terms of maybe with me, like I said, I didn't care because I knew Ignition, Twist and Ice, Apollo, Nitro, and I'm in all of these albums. So that's me building my brand. So I had like a 5-year plan also. Keeps on when every album drops, that's getting me closer to
your
drop.
your
You get what I mean?
goal.
So I was cool, and during those years, I was just having fun. That's why I didn't care.
I'm gonna get back into your Sinewave.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. You are willing to let everyone go before you.
Yeah.
Everyone is dropping. Your studio, I remember, used to be burgled a lot.
Yep.
I don't think people understand.
Yep. Who knows, man?
I think it was like twice a year.
Something like that.
For about 4 straight years.
Yep.
Till this day. Because kind of everyone who doesn't know Ignition, they dropped Destroy. That was one of the biggest songs in UB at the time as well. The music that was coming out of that studio was always amazing.
Yeah.
You were also part of that whole crew. Who used to steal the Sinewave?
We still don't know till today,
equipment.
man.
Who do you think it was? Because I'm telling you, it was the niggas who used to come to the studio.
That was everybody then.
You know
what I mean? But like,
think about
honestly, we've tried to think about it. We're always clueless.
So was that part of the reason why you guys parted ways? Like, because I'm trying to get into Bangu now as this guy by himself now.
Yeah.
What happened with you and Sinewave for you to end up eventually leaving?
Listen, we were young, and when guys now, life is starting to hit, and
Life is that.
you know what I mean? Because, life was good for a long time. We lived together, kind of like the Wu house, you know what I mean?
Wu-Tang.
So we lived together, money was there, we were doing ads, we were working with OP Designs, what was it at the time? Was it in Septa? I forgot. But
the biggest ad agencies in the country right now.
Yeah,
actually,
you know what I mean?
Dialogue and
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Architect was from there. Papa Tech, some know him as Papa Tech.
Yeah.
He went to Yarona for a while.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow, that was 15 plus years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
He was the main guy who did all of the Yarna FM ads for well over 10 years. So he was also from that cohort in
Yep.
Yeah.
and
Damn.
QBO went to Limco.
QBO
He's one
became
of the
a
guys who
lecturer at
set up
Limco.
Limco. I know he set up the studios at Limco in, is it Swaziland and Lesotho also?
The sound studios and stuff.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, QBO was in Makoporach with both DJ Cleo, Bo
was
Briggs.
signed. Yeah.
QBO produced, had production, album Moyaga Pace Black Afro.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So we're talking about like guys who've really
You were
been
making
doing
moves
this.
there, yeah.
So we had a plan. Like QB was my day one, like I said. The plan was, we're gonna move to SA. You know, the Makoporos thing was okay. QBO, do that when you get your own apartment. We're relocating because already Sinewave was set up, was registered in South Africa. It started there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we knew, we were like, no, we know guys that side. We're down Lebotlio, Bolans, you know.
Yeah.
So there was
Ghetto
like
rough.
you know. So we knew, like, no, we got a plan.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So after that,
Why do you think it didn't happen?
honestly, I would say Cleo was just being a bitch. You know what I mean? I must just say it out. You know what I mean?
What happened?
No, he was...
Because he took the Ginadaba now, which was the city
That
owes
was
me.
before.
Yeah,
You
that was
get,
before.
that's how he got to call QBO or no, QBO.
Can be part of Amakoporos.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now weeds.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And we used to QBO Nana go studio on Sagatli Yoda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hagebato
No, nigga, tell the story, nigga.
but like he was treat has a business he wasn't treating my brother right. Let me just put it in that way. I'm not gonna talk about his other artists.
Yeah.
Hey, we felt like, yo, bruh, we live better at home. But Kwano is like wasute. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, and we're asking for contracts. AK was because AK knows all about the business. Hey, and they never came.
And this is QBO's older brother, kind of AK.
Exactly.
At the same time.
Hey, and
Not just an exec.
you know what I mean? Hey, so in QBO Hudlele and his brother and Auntie Cookie.
Yeah.
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's the lady Tota who influenced all of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because and she's always been like, yeah, okay, you guys want to do this, do it. You know? So when my mom was like, Bangu no gang. You know what I mean? Auntie Cookie, and I was like, nah, do it. You get what I mean? So, but later on, my mom got to see her like, okay, but actually this dude is good at it, and you know, and encouraged it, and she's proud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in the beginning, you had to play a game to get to that. But
Get to that, yeah.
so anyway, getting to your story, with what do you call it, Sinewave?
Yeah.
We after the Clio thing, things weren't going the way they used to. I think OP left also, and you know, every 4 or 5 years the world changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So things were changing, and maybe we were caught in the past or caught in a loop or something.
Yeah.
But somewhere we didn't do things right. So the money wasn't flowing as it used to, and guys started getting frustrated. You know what I mean? And I realized that just being a rapper is not enough. So that's when I was like, okay, what else am I going to do?
Yeah.
So I decided to go into production.
Yeah, niggas just don't wake up and say I want to be a producer and actually do it. How do you think you had a knack for it? And how did you announce your departure from people who are essentially your brothers?
I learned from there. Everything, they supported me actually, like throughout every stage. You know what I mean? So I told guys, no, now I'm going to learn how to make beats. Now that's the birth of Sick Bench. You know what I mean? I had guys also who've been rapping and have never recorded that I grew up with, and now they're like, no, not about the recording. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Now we just wanna hear our own songs. Hey, not about the recording. We don't care about this whole industry politics or what.
Yeah.
So now I wanted to learn how to make beats. So that was the birth of Sick Bunch. Guys wanted to record. I wanted to learn how to record and make beats. And Tech also gave me a lot of beats. He's the guy who inspired me. Like, yo, no, do this.
Kind of people don't know what Architect produced the whole of Boogie Sid's album.
Yep. Bo Mr. O.
But Mr. O's album.
Bo Robbie Rob. You know what I mean?
Damn. So
even like a quarter of the mixtapes are Sick Bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tech.
Already advertised million. It's a FM.
You know what I mean?
And imaging and whatever. Papa Tech, for anyone who doesn't know him, we used to actually feature. What was it? I think it was IT news of some sort, and he called himself Papa Tech on the thing as well, which went very, very well with the tech and the Papa Tech.
I remember it, yeah.
And stuff like that. Why do you think Papa Tech never blew up as a producer, like your Press Beats of the world, like you right now?
Because
you're all being,
he went behind because of Yarona. Not to say it was a bad thing, because Nana lay 905. You know what I mean? So he spent a lot of time doing the 905 than
doing the music.
Only us who knew, or like, your tech is there till today, we'll be like, yo, give me that beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, but then he doesn't care about
all this shit.
He's one of those guys, like I said, I like that Sick Bunch because they don't care about the fame. You know what I mean? Hey, but because the first 4 mixtapes, you know, Mokwanyo was a accident to say. You know, there was a beat, it was like going, you know, well, it sounded like it's saying that. So we're like, you know what I mean? Well, it sounded like it's saying that. It was like a reverse thing. You look at take.
Yeah.
We were like,
this is 4 mixtapes in.
Yeah. You know, and like, he said, you know what I mean? So
that's how Mukonyo was born.
Yeah, that's how Mukonyo was born. So any line that came to your head would just say it. You know what I mean?
I need you to explain the science of Mukonyo. So, for those who have, you guys are on YouTube, right?
We everywhere.
I think you guys should pause this episode right now, especially if you're not watching the premiere. Pause and go and pick out which track should they pick out your Sick Bunch on online.
No, go
just so they can understand if you've never experienced Mukonyo.
Let's go look for Lintating.
Lintating is not the...
But that's like the song that made Yerebloy Sitting. That's our first commercial single.
That was the first commercial. Lintating. It was really, really
so
big.
In terms of which song, I don't even know. Just look for any type Sick Bunch and look for a mixtape. Because there's like 20 mixtapes out there.
Look for the donkey. I want to get into it because you niggas are not for everyone. How do you explain Mukonyo?
Okay, Mukonyo. The name Mukonyo came up Kagudele Megjek. You know, never thought about any bare. Kwanya lekand. Well, like I didn't chakala. You know what I mean? Kwanya lekand. But so, like I said, the first track because like. Now the second track we did was Yapi in the Jano. And Yapi in the Jano, it's like a story we grew up with. Orapa. There was a kid named Sam. Nebanale, what is it? Bedford. So
big,
yeah. So guys used to diss them. They used to say like Hainama Biriki. When Sam's dead, I what you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, niggas would be like, no, Sam's dead. But to be like 12 speed, no. You know what I mean? This is kids being kids. I'm talking with like 10 years old, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we remember dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
So Sick Bunches, like I said, away. It's just for us. It's not about for everybody.
Like happy stories from like when you were 10 years old. That's special.
You get what I mean?
That's
and
special,
because we all grew up together.
And you understand, like that's an inside joke that actually
you know what I mean?
Viral.
Exactly.
Because
to the rapper community. Because they're like, yo, Yapi in the Jano. Yo, are you talking about everybody knew?
Yeah.
So now we started talking about our rapper community.
Yeah.
Like in our raps.
Yeah.
Talking about our boys. Yo, Borista, DQ, Knox, yada, yada, yada. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So guys would laugh.
Yeah.
Hey, and then we realized, we're like, you know what? This is like now maybe 12 mixtapes in. No, maybe 15 actually. You know? We realized.
All online though.
Yeah, they're there. They're all there. Just such a bunch Mukwanyo. They all start at Mukwanyo. You'll see Mukwanyo 101, 808, Mukwanyo 4.3, 4.1.
You know who's a big fan of Mukwanyo?
Who that?
Tony Mac, dog.
I know. That's my brother.
From Morafe, yeah.
Yep.
He actually considers Mukwanyo another facet of Motswako.
Yep.
Because, you know, like Nutswako is there now with your Madlera Doughboys.
Yeah.
Motswako Raro sets a little naba. No, I
feel you, yeah.
But like Mukwanyo is being considered as a subgenre within the Motswako item because of all of the work that you guys have put in. What do you say to detractors who say, this is just an excuse for niggas to just get on a song and just because, dog, there's a feeling that you give certain niggas.
I know.
Pause. Go consider.
No, I get you.
Find this song. I have this boy, I got this mega Philip Daniel. That nigga loved every. He'll be rapping along to it, but we could never play it around girls. You know what I mean? Because
we used to say Sekbanchi Blue movie and music.
Blue movie that
like, hey, you know what I mean? I get you can't play porn in front of everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody got their favorite sites or whatever, right? Yeah. So since now the phone, I'm just giving examples.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so guys would keep DVDs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So but that's what it was. We knew like some Bangu rata, others weren't, and we were cool with it. Hausa rata fine, but funny enough, hasori horohano hell. Once you start listening, you know what I mean. And realistically speaking, y'all be listening to hip hop, you know what I mean? Listening to Snoop, to 50 Cent and all of that.
I was playing Doshi on the way here.
Bokadi and all of that. What are they saying? You get what I'm saying? What are they saying? Now all we did, we just translated that to Setswana. You know what? No, we're not gifted in Setswana like HT. So we're not going to go spit. No, HT because he was the guy who really was. You get what I'm saying? Hey, and I'm like, damn, this kid is dope. I can never do this. Hands down. Give props where it's due.
Definitely.
You get what I mean? Hey, so my cousin Nomad, you know what I mean? Mr. T, for those that know him as Mr. T. I can never do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Me and my boys are like, namalaitaka, rekudle, mosonukeng, you know what I mean? From LSS, that's all we knew. Hey, guys used to say, hela marete kwa. You know what I mean? So that
became a chorus, guys.
And it became a hook. And everybody, you get what I'm saying? That's LSS, like kids being 14, 15. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out. You know what I mean? Hey, Bonyama, Boruksheba, even listen to the names. Bo Container, Bo Bombshell, Bo Tola. You know what I mean? Those guys were legends, man. You know what I mean? So, not to us.
Container.
You get what I mean? Like, hey.
So, I'm going to drop that on someone who needs a container. Hello.
But to us, and we just little mind boys. You know what I mean? We like, we love these guys.
These are really dope guys.
You get what I mean? Hey, we like these guys, man. These guys are awesome. So really, just to be yourself and be like that.
So when you're recording most of it, then where are you? You're in Francistown now.
No.
You recorded some of it at UB.
Gooday's room or in Orapa at my mom's crib in the 7th quarters.
Were you handling it's either at UB or
my mom's crib? Like in my 7th quarters. So Orapa. No, in Orapa.
In Orapa.
Yeah.
So you had a setup by now, no?
No, not really. Just like a basic computer, cheap mic.
Yeah.
Mac Jack worked at Mafia Soul since day one. You know what I mean? He was Morph's guy.
Yeah.
So he was the fashion guy.
Yeah.
Like that he do rag and I get make a pop filter out of that.
Hey man.
So hey,
like that.
Hangara, tied up, make a pop filter. The mixtape is called Molet's Amulenza. You know what I mean? That's one of the projects I sick bunch because we didn't care. You know what I mean?
Man, that's beautiful. So because now the sounds were different now. It sounded more studio friendly. You guys wanted I don't know if I played it first though on the radio.
Probably.
Probably because we had that a big tune.
If it wasn't you, it was O'Neal.
It's probably O'Neal, maybe. That's not check. But then you guys were being commercially friendly.
Yeah, because
what was going on there? You guys wanted the dough now.
You know what happened?
Yeah.
What happened was all these mixtapes and already recorded. We knew the quality wasn't it. I get an arm from Sinewave, so I knew
Hey,
quality.
you know quality.
Hey, and I was learning, trying to get to that quality, right?
Yeah.
So, shout out to Gabby, Ikalanga, one of my day ones, you know.
Yeah.
That homie took a loan. You know what I mean? For us to be like, yo, my niggas not believing you guys. Here, go buy your studio equipment.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why now we're like, we have a chance to do this for real. That's when we moved to Ghetto, right? Now moving to Francistown, because also I kind of grew up in Ghetto as my second home. There were guys that I knew, you know, guys like Brown Steak. He's always had a studio in Ghetto, so every time I'm there, I can check in.
Yeah.
So I got to know guys like Bodamaj, Bopi,
Yeah.
guys like Jen Hood used to record Go Sinewave even.
Yeah.
So I knew guys. I met Biko through Ming.
Biko
You know what I
G.
mean? Ming
Yeah.
from Mecca.
Yeah.
You
KB Matlapeng.
Yeah. So when I moved to Ghetto, I was like, yo, I can't have a crew in Francistown without having Majita Gate.
Yeah.
So I had guys that I considered my brothers. So as soon as they knew I had a studio, I didn't even have to invite them. They were like, yo, we're home. You know what I
So
mean?
Gabby didn't want anything in return. He just believed in the dream and
He
stuff.
just believed in the dream, or like, y'all niggas do it.
Damn, dog.
You know what I mean? Like, for real. But after that, now, this is where it got tricky, because we're like, we need to find a commercial sound.
Yeah.
Because I went through this as goddamn it, right? So now I'm like, I need to rebrand. But this was because I knew I'm going to go on TV. And TV is another world which I did not want to fight now, being older.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, let me just go with my real name, Bangu.
Yeah.
You know, so I kind of dished, goddamn it, there was no announcement or whatever. That's why most of y'all, every time when you interview me, you'll be like, goddamn it, and guys would be like, oh, do people know who you are? You get what I mean? Because,
It's like what Apollo did with Billy Blunt, you know?
Exactly.
It's like where guys just like, all right, cool, I'm just going to move on to the next one
and
not make a big deal about it and just continue and do what I have to do next. So how then, you know, do you align yourself with radio and commercial success again? Because I know a little bit of your story, but I'd like to hear it from you as well, so that everyone can get a proper appreciation for it. You are in Francistown.
Yeah.
You are in someone's crib. You are making music there. We don't know a lot of niggas who are blowing up from Ghetto. A lot of the niggas who blow up are from Gaborone. They either know you experienced it before.
Yeah.
They either know the programs manager. They either know the music compiler. You know. How good did you think your chances were? Only for Ghetto especially.
No, I thought they were pretty good. One of the reasons why I moved to Ghetto is because now because of Sinewave, I knew people, right?
Within Gaborone also.
So I was like, nah, it's gonna be cakewalk, right? So we moved to Ghetto, got a crib. Thought everything I did, now I was just trying to replicate what we had at Sinewave, but take it to Francistown and make it my thing and use Ghetto. That was the basic model
template
that I used for Sick Bunch, and then evolve it from there. You get. So Ghetto wasn't ready. I'm talking even businessmen, you know, because I came to Gabs, I talked to everybody. I met all marketing managers. I think that's when Dumi Ramsden was at the time. You know. Mind you, even when Lynn Tasing dropped, Yarona gave Sick Bunch a 60K sponsorship. Airplay. You know what I mean? And like I said, I knew like, if we do this thing right, people won't hate on it.
So the
Mr.
airplay
O was one of the guys who was always a fan since day one.
So the airplay,
you know?
for those who don't understand, is for you to do what exactly with?
For us to advertise the brand Sick Bunch, however we wanted. Like when we were doing events, whatever we wanted, really.
No, I want people to understand what this guy Nangari 60,000 to our late.
No, not Waholetswa. Just for us to
be
market
able to
the
put
brand.
adverts for merchandising, for shows, for everything else. They gave you that much of advertising.
That's how much they gave us.
This is when Sick Bunch is still based in Ghetto. So nothing was able
to materialize. This is 2010. You know what I mean? So Mari, because he's my boy now, I won't say his name. No, I won't. I wish I could. No. So what happened was, the programs manager at the time, would delay. Kore mo planning ya rona that we had, we knew re dropa pinae, re dropa lentetseng, re dropa bo mophato wa dinantshaka, re dropa bo lempurana we, you know what I mean? We had a plan. But every time we dropped a song, it would take like 2 weeks for it to get airplay.
Who was the program's manager?
No, Nilim Takomwake. He's my boy. So get out, it's in the past, but I wouldn't want
Boni.
to. No. Boni ke Brazil. Boni has always been Brazil. Mr. Oh, they're one of those guys that have showed me love. Showed us love. No, PODI-CAST has always been. I won't say anybody. I won't say. Let's just leave it alone. But anyway,
so you would always
I
mess up
actually
your
had
plan.
to call PODI-CAST and complain. Or like, yo, kana sa like dropa pina. What's going on?
Is he the one who fucked me over?
He fucked you over, not me.
I knew it.
Not me. You know what I mean?
No.
He's always been my brother.
Yeah.
Hey, wapana. So
Yeah.
he actually made sure, you know.
Yeah, but that's him.
Hey,
Yeah, but that's him, though.
No, it's not him. It's not him. So anyway, there was that, and then no, I said. So Janun, when we dropped Lentetseng, kind of Lentetseng law, and it wasn't planned, to tell the truth, right? We're just recording a lot of songs because Sick Bunch you just record, and there were these guys never tako studio in Ghetto, and every time Hamoto had said about yo Tameka Pinel, and it was always Lentetseng. When I came up with it, I was thinking about Big Brother Rude Boy. You know, I've never mentioned this story.
Maroon.
You know, he inspired it off one trip. Like me, Apollo Cubio, and Briggs were supposed to go on tour. Gabs, Ghetto, and Maung, right? So it was one of those. So that's why I think we're from Maung. Yeah, going to Francis Han because I stopped in Ghetto to check on my aunt.
Yeah.
So on the way, he was rapping about. He's kicking like a Biggie verse.
Yeah.
And then he's like, man, this is why I like, that Brooklyn rap, because guys will be kicking stories, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This stuff you can relate to.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That real gangster shit. So for me, I was like, alright, it's just, hey, what?
That's sparking, yeah.
Because Sinewave was in phase 4. Nakotene refu a blind in HQ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Before they put hard drugs in there.
Before, when it was real HQ, you know what I mean? With the snooker table and all of that.
Yeah.
We were kids. Yeah. So anyway, the guys there never eat or bomb rapper, you know what I mean? And they were cool with us. So the stuff we used to see there, the inspiration came from there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it just came from there. Or like, I was just thinking of Malaysia, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I did the verse and the chorus, and then Gude Lata Tsokoli Ski record. Mind you, that was the last time you all ever heard of Ski. He was in Lentetseng. After that, he about Dramaboi. Yo, where is Ski? He's like, nah, Bangu, I don't want the fame. I'm out. I just want to rap and have fun. Which was the other problem, That was the real problem, because we realized that 15 mixtapes in, because Nerja Habato Mahal. Yo, people have caught on to what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, or like you can actually rap Botswana, osa ne blind, ka the deep Botswana. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just being yourself.
Yeah.
So we pioneered that, honestly.
I want to sidetrack a little bit and ask you about, I don't know if you checked out our interview with Tato Jessica. And she started commercially and she's going that route. But you guys started off that way and then you went commercial.
Yeah.
What do you think about the route that she's going?
Yo, man, nice support her. You know what I mean? Hey, it's happy.
I bet she's a Ikalanga woman.
Hey, you know what I mean? She's my sister. You know what I mean? Hey, and Malobaneki posted on Facebook. I said, Mbato always claim to know God in the public, but in real life, Bato nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just deciding to be a good guy.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna put it on a mixtape, Sick Bunch. Who knows?
Who knows?
You know what I mean? But guys like acting like one of their saints.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People always have an opinion.
Yes, sir.
So let people live their own lives. You know what I mean? Hey, yes, when you're a child of God, but what did you do last week?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? What did you do this morning?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was holier than thou.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, so
people play too much.
Hey, let Tato be, man. You know?
Leave Mamisto alone. Guys, I want to get into you now deciding, or now I'm going to do it for the money. Do you leave Ghetto and come to Gabs? Because now you realize there's no traction in Ghetto. And also, why is it so hard to get a fire sparked in Ghetto?
Let me tell you, when we set up shop in Ghetto, for a whole year, it was like 2010, after we dropped Lint Hazing, I allowed any artist that made it to my crib to record a song for free. Because guys had never experienced like a professional recording before. It was just niggas in the streets rapping. So now I was just trying to teach them, like, yo, but you gotta pay for a song. These are studio monitors, DJ Bukana, mic Bukana. So it's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So guys need to know their value, and they're like, okay. Hey, but the first songs, no matter how work you were,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least if you made it to my house during that year. Now, we're not really failing because Gabs wasn't really the target, right? Lint Hazing was a hit, and the mixtape, we dropped Lint Hazing the EP. So,
Yeah.
That's when we started getting a lot of interviews, and people were like, no, not about the Huto di Pinas Alona le Rogan. And we kept on saying, but Adikida Dala Radio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, let's do a mixtape in ya quality rekisiwang commercially that people will understand.
Yeah.
That's why we did Mukhanya 101. It was just for those people who were asking, because we never heard the old stuff before. So we dropped Mukhanya 101.
And plus, not a lot of people.
That's when it's Abomarete and all of that. You know what I mean? So now, from there, when we did that, a package, because we grew up also listening to rock and other genres.
Yeah.
So we knew rock guys also would print T-shirts when they dropped albums, and we did that. We just took the logo, put it on a T-shirt, and people loved the T-shirts.
It blew up.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, so we decided, okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because Molf and Mac, that's how our stuff was available all over the country through Urban Soul.
Yeah.
Because it was always a business, or like, cool, we can make money off this brand.
This as well.
Because if we don't do this, somebody's going to claim it.
Yeah.
They're the originators of Mukwanyo, or whatever.
Yes,
so we're like, for our own legacy's sake, it's not even about the money.
Yeah.
It's for the history of Botswana.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't get fooled by people who celebrity or whatever. Yo, man, this is Botswana. It's not about money.
Yeah.
Yes, some people have money, some people don't have money. But when you're talking about who's famous, you get what I mean?
People know, man.
People know. Yeah. Hey, you know what I mean? Influencers to whatnots.
Yes,
people know. So don't feed on to the haters. So we knew, we created this thing and people love it.
Yeah.
Until today. That's why we're working on a project till today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And before I get to that, it was more of okay, let's see how we can make money off the brand.
Yeah.
So we diversifying. Then we realized, okay, when we drop an album, but rira the mixtape.
Yeah.
So hence we rira the mixtape 2.0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's always the titles for me, dog.
Then we did Tsaute, which was the first album we dropped.
Yeah.
We did Tsaute before 2.0.
Okay.
And after that, we chilled for like 5 years, because now life, guys are all over the place.
Yeah.
Because I started off, we just always together around and we can record.
But now life is happening, and now
life is
guys
happening.
have to make some decisions.
So those projects, like, I think two albums, Nikits Adipina, that are already there, and remaking beats. I'm gonna take my best from there and doing that Reza and Dre thing. You know what I mean? Where guys come listen to the album, like, whoa, we did this.
This is what we do. Yeah.
I
love that. But then when you move away from Ghetto, what was the final straw?
I needed a change.
Yeah.
Like I said, Ghetto wasn't ready for the business, because I talked to all companies, man. Radio stations. I was cool with marketing managers, and I was trying to be the guy that brings the ads to the company to get ad space through me. You get, but they were not ready.
Must about to advertise more
radio. You know what I mean? So they were not ready. Money wasn't circulating like in gabs, I guess, and so guys weren't willing to take risks, and so
and then the music part.
Music part also, like, because guys aren't used to recording and paying for studio time, there was no business at the time,
So then is it fair to say that Gaborone artists close out other artists from other parts of the country? Ghetto,
let me tell you.
For example, is it fair to say, yeah,
it is fair
to say that?
Yeah,
okay.
It is and it's not. It is and it is not, right? Because I feel like an outsider till today, till today.
As someone who from the north.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Tell me how.
These circles, you know what I mean? I don't want to belong, man. I want to be cool with everybody. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And it seems like, you need to be part of the cool kids. Or I'm not a kid. You know what I mean? I got a kid. You get what I mean? So I ain't got time for that BS, honestly. You know what I mean? I'm here to make money.
Yeah.
You get? Hey, more business saying I want to make money with other guys. So these guys that feel like, because I know that's how we make bread, and they think that's the only way that guys can make money in gabs. There's so many ways. That's why I'm saying what it is and it is not, because once you're here and you start knocking on doors, you start actually realizing what there's opportunities everywhere. And I guess that's what these guys are afraid of, because I've heard of the Khansa, these guys that say no Oscar buka Bangu thata o to ga itemoga. No, Oscar buka bouncy thata. No, Oscar buka, you get lioness thata o to ga itemoga. Meaning o to ga o lemoga your value. You get what I mean? Like no. These guys shouldn't surpass us. Guys, because now we're also coming from a place of love. We are one in the industry. As much as it's business, we don't realize that you give like facts. You get what I mean? People and stuff. So now we come with love and peace and being artistic. But you get guys by they see you as a threat and they're smiling in your face. You get what I mean? So
this shit is real. Like
it is. Guys used to come to Sinewave and smile. Let's do this, my niggas. You guys are yeah. Then guys would disappear. Come so they'll do the same thing. But Ronaban Baratang is outsiders. We wouldn't get a chance.
Okay, I want us to move to your name, Heartbeat Studios, because that's where you ultimately ended up. After you set up yourself through your ingenuity, because you're a smart nigga.
I left Ghetto, my nigga, because I was heartbroken. There was no money. I broke up with the chick that I thought I was gonna marry at the time.
What's up, Kuka?
What's up, Kuka? You know what I mean? In a she was. I mean,
she's been trying to get me.
She was there. She was there for me, my nigga. Like since day one. She's one of those, and some of my boys didn't realize the house you were staying in, this chick is also helping pay rent.
Oh shit.
When also do a but now you feel like she's just there for Bangu and yada. So you get what I mean? Not to get into a lot of, but there was, she's been there. You get what I mean? She's been there since day one. And
she's married now. She's a mommy and all of that. And
you know what I mean?
Shout out
She's got
to
a
her.
beautiful family.
Yes, sir.
I've met her and her husband.
Yes,
like
sir.
I'm saying, it's family, man. We're cool.
Yes, sir.
So it was just I needed a change of scenery. So I left my crib, everything. Go get. I think towards the end of the year, October. So making an MS Masako.
Phase 4.
Masako. I've known Masako since 15, 14.
Yeah.
My best friend, rest in peace, Duncan. ke non thutileng gabs to di khonanyana every holiday harata gabs ke no to barare mana ke go bona
Nabo beti comes to town.
wa ba ka ke ne re makhetenyana Orapa wa ba never that never happened because somehow we even knew the real guys and you know what I mean, we knew how to behave, we knew how to mingle with people.
My nigga. It will teach you something.
You get what I mean? So
just be humble. That's what I always try to tell niggas. Like, wherever you are, nigga, I found weed in Uganda. Just be humble.
Just be humble. Wabon. So that's all it was.
Edit that out.
Wabon. And so MS and Lily. You get what I mean? I grew up playing Lily, like I gabs in the hood, go face for my sister and go face for. So later can go face for. So we just like the face for kids. You get what I mean? So le haran tserogola Sinewave go block 6 MSA na re checka waban kila nna skimisa ka ice waban
fana ba kwaito
you get
ba motswa kwanya
so now when I ke mona rapper as Mosako, I was like, this dude raps, you get what I mean? I didn't even know,
like
Mosako
alone.
OD I knew OD through his uncle who taught me basketball. Steady was like a big brother in Orapa. You know what I mean? Steady was that guy that really loved basketball and good music also. Kind of we grew up around guys like DJ Bigger, Mafuda, who was one of the co-founders of Loxian Culture.
Yes, sir.
You get what I mean? Guys that broke out both Squatter Camp. I long heard of Squatter through those. You get what I mean?
Definitely.
So we had like a mentorship that was legit.
Yes,
that's why we were cocky with it.
Because
we would listen to P-Side like to us it was like what a joke. Real talk.
But don't you think that's also what then
like
made
the competitiveness
people, I know, but then don't you think that
we didn't know what in gabs it was. You get what I'm saying? To us it is like so this is it. This is right.
This is it.
You get what I mean?
I feel you.
But we like then we met guys like you. And you were awesome. You know what I mean? And because Lebadi was a real dude, you get what I mean?
It's like that.
So even the whole thing, like I said, me going on air and talking crap about Remco and all of that, it was just being a battle rapper, just being a kid and not thinking and taking your shot. You get what I mean? And Presley is my big brother and I love him to death.
I know.
Imagine now I work with him.
And I think that's why I always, like, when I look at you guys' relationship, I'm always like in awe of like how everyone has overcome like back in the day, because you then hook up with Heartbeat. This is K-Boss and Press Beats' outfit. I'm not moving us too quickly along. Of course. I want to move them on to the ones that they know, because you ultimately are in as a record label exec within your Heartbeat. What was the plan with Heartbeat? Because for those who don't know, Heartbeat gave us your Bouncies, your Calaboos, Frost came out of there. Yo,
even Eskimo's album, yeah, Cecilia, K-Boss, Bo Jane, you know, you get what I mean?
So you were the main engineer for all of those projects.
What happened, like I was saying,
what happened was
Mosako, right? When I decided to leave Ghetto and come to
Phase 4,
Jackie na nakobapale MS. So MS ke mfana re na re chela hela. Ke kanto ena na mona doropa ba moleng. Wa bona. Kana gufu ga yo. I get a gufu had to leave. So it's like deep in the thing, studio needs an engineer. I'm like, wa peka ke re ke le teng o sa mpitso re ke go seize. You're my brother. You get
Cubase.
Hey, come on. Like, come on. You know, about it. You're right. I never thought of it. Do you mind if Bangu comes and mixes my album? So that's when I was like, you know what? Can I get December words? And I'm like, if I go to Ghetto, I might not come back. So I decided to go Christmas sermon, and then January, Spanale MS, you know, Beatsily, K-Boss, I guess they were cool dudes, and I guess they just liked how I worked. So they kept on calling me without a season. I was like, no, we can work. You know what I mean? But don't forget, I'm my own man. I've got my other things that I'm doing on the side, primarily Sick Bunch and other things, because it's not like I'm just an artist who wants to be signed. Then we did Heartbeat, the Alpha, the compilation. It had Yoneko Pisa. it had Free Love, it had
Free love.
Yep.
Ooh.
Kopisa, Free Love. Frost. Pula.
Oh, and that's how Frost came into the
Yeah.
game.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, we made history even with that project.
You know,
man.
in Yugoslavia or whatever.
It was. Hey.
They think Pula is Punani.
No. Pula is polo.
It's dick.
It's a dick, yeah. So to
So
them, it's like, how about Pula No, matter there was a plan in that which we reached out to
I really
those
hate
guys.
talking about that story
I
because
feel
it looks like I'm distant.
No, but we reached out to the guy, you know, because the guy who made it blow up was like a big Swedish rapper. You know what I mean? Hey, so we reached out to the guy who was supposed to do the remix.
He was not going to do it.
No, but he said, cool, funny enough, and then he just disappeared.
It's about dick there. Why is it Frost? I got nothing but love.
So
that now you guys, and even those Nigerian cats
also.
Lerofo.
CBK, hey, you know, those are products of Heartbeat Sound.
You guys dropped the ball on Lerofo.
We didn't drop the ball. I mean,
you guys
KB,
focused on Bouncy.
Listen, no.
Lerofo was coming through nicely, and then he dropped that song with end spaces, and
this is the truth.
About
right?
blow.
This is the truth.
Tell us the truth.
The truth is,
what happened with Lerofo?
KB had a plan. I get when I came to Heartbeat, the plan was already in motion, right?
Yeah.
So I just became part of the missing puzzle.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like, oh, okay, cool. No, let's do this. Let's do that. Shoot a video for everybody. Let's, get the singles rolling. You know what I mean? We'll also handle management in-house because we've done this for years. Let's help the kids grow.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey. It was kanya now everybody's dropped their song. KB left when our UK. So yeah. So for like 2 years now, say. But the first year, as soon as we dropped those singles, KB left. And the studio no KB. Mind you, this is me just moving, relocating from Ghetto. I have nothing. I'm trying to start afresh.
You're responsible for all these kids.
Me and Press. You know what I mean? Ritu. We don't have a bass. People don't know what all those songs need insert because the plan was already in motion. So some of them they record we are from my bedroom in my sister's house.
Yeah.
Where we'd go to Cass house. Cass studio, Haji West.
Yeah.
Where at Carl's in
Passion.
No. Kako BKT.
Oh, US.
Yeah,
I remember you were there for some time as well.
Hey, so he's the guy who held us down. You know what I mean? When we didn't have a studio. So we're like, yeah, but the work goes on. So we can't just chill and be like, we don't have a studio because we had a plan. That's what's more important. So things were rolling out. I mean, Hawana was the biggest artist in the country at the time. Kopisa, exactly.
What happened with Hawana and why don't we have
like I'm saying,
other songs?
Obana take it to like the Lerofs, the Haones.
Yeah.
It was more of like when KB came with the contracts. It was like a year later and guys had been through a lot, I guess, in life. And also
after he had left,
after he had
now
left
coming
and
back
invested,
with the contrast.
and but mind you, he's invested. I know he doesn't like mentioning
The word
business.
invested.
No, get out. He doesn't like talking about these things. But
Nigga, that's why you here.
He was heartbroken. For like, you know what? I invested a lot on these guys. I'm on my holiday. I'm coming with contracts. Sorry, let's go to phase 2. And guys now don't want to sign. So he pulled off. He pulled back because he felt betrayed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lerofo went solo because you realize your value also.
That song blew up.
You get what I'm saying? Everybody blew up.
Man.
Rough Around.
No, not Rough Around. Rough Around was
Then
the one that
the other one,
Moon
to But that was
with
even
end spaces.
After a while also, life happened and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it was just misunderstandings, more when it becomes you feel label dropa, but you're not looking at for like, you know what, but I'm the highest paid, one of the highest paid artists right now. We're off one song. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
From a business point, it's not bad at all.
She was getting corporate gigs and stuff as well.
Of course, because I was doing the management. You know what I mean? So she had gigs. You know what I mean? Yes, obviously there is a month or two that can pass. But Karagore, she was getting booked a lot. She had
So
all
how
the
did you
corporate
guys
gigs.
break it up? Like, did she
It
tell
was
you
more
where
of like
I'm
she
going?
felt I guess why you know people talk when you blow up stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not muelela because
Yeah, she's her own person, yeah.
You know what I mean? But she's my sister. I got nothing but love for her till today.
That's
You
the
know?
one person who I feel that Diana could have really done, had a crazy career in music.
My album until today, it's there. We can listen to it and go. We can drop this album right now, and it will still shut shit down.
What's she
till
saying
today.
about it?
We haven't talked in years.
Bangu.
No, like I said, keep busy. But hey, miscommunication with
About her business or
in a way she felt maybe you get, and okay, album money right? Me it's because the sound was changing. So now trap is coming in, sound is it's from the goms and all of that
To something else.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the Naomis and the Gelly Debodies and
Yeah.
you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So Khane also wasn't a house artist, and we Lekopisa and everybody wanted her to do the house. Like, yo, but album was a house.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're looking for a song that could fit with that particular time. It is no, okay, now this is the missing puzzle. I drop it.
Yeah.
So it took some time. Like I said, we didn't really have a base where in Spanish up, moving back and forth studios, and you know what I mean?
Do you feel or you guys were too slow to act on her as a commodity for you guys?
And you feel like honestly.
Yeah.
Not to me.
Yeah.
Had it been, because sometimes I'm there trying to make stuff happen and get you a gig or organize a gig or whatever. It became more later and and the next call is I'm like, is like keep us.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
Get a
You
hold.
get what I mean? I hang up, I call press. Yo, Z. Okay, like we're like, nanga ke mara na umu busy.
Yeah.
No, le nna ke mo leditse ke re ke mo tshwaretse setena. Ke re ke mo tshwaretse seramba buti.
Se flauba boost.
Wa itsa ke re beat ya gago ke le eno nthadi o tse. And why didn't you tell me? But no, ke rota ikutuela ke re ke ngwana gago. You know what I mean?
As a producer, you've worked with the likes of Leaky, you've worked with Katlego Rampalen, you've worked with Bouncy, you helped her also as a manager as well. Yeah, you can include the list.
I mean, I work with everybody, man.
You work with a lot of women.
Yeah, Chamagal, I did Jawiki Bomi Jemo.
Yeah.
I did
Go, nigga.
DJ Cupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I worked with everybody. I've
So,
worked with literally
you are
everybody.
one of the
I've
few
done 4
produce-
songs, the Yarun FM birthday things. I've
Happy
done
birthday,
the
happy
Mascom
birthday.
20th anniversary song. I've done the 10th anniversary New Era.
I know-
I was a brand ambassador for Stan Biku Nayo. I mean, so
I'm
I've done
saying
them all.
working with women.
Oh, with women. That was a choice.
How easy is it not to be tempted to shoot your shot? And I'm asking this, I mean, you know, shout out to team agencies. These are some really nice tooties. Tutti fruity. Tutti fruity. Mebala e harologanang e red e green e nngwe e pink. How hard is it for you as a producer not to mac on the women?
It's not. It's not hard at all. Because not since day one, that's one thing I realized.
They're beautiful women.
No, they're beautiful
They're
women, and a
vulnerable.
lot of guys don't give them a chance.
Yeah, tell me.
So that was my thing, right? I realized that from day one. How only studio, how biats and other. To get a who? Maybe you know you gotta give it up. You
Yo,
get
stop.
what I mean?
What the fuck, nigga?
I'm just giving an example. I'm just
Stop,
saying.
Nigga. We could have said X.
Okay.
I'm joking.
I guess she's my sister, so I'm just saying because she's only female. I just
No,
named the
2D,
name that came.
that would've given.
Hey, no, but it's cool. You got
I
it.
hear
Got
you,
it.
Papa. Hey.
Hey, but you get what I mean.
feel you, Papa.
Hey, so I saw.
No, but
I heard about a
but
lot of
already
that. I heard about a lot of that in the industry.
But you don't want to know about
But,
the studio.
right, man. So
Hey.
now I was like, yo, I don't want to be there. Also, Hageleko had beat, which ironically, I work Liliki, and she was like my sister. You know what I mean?
Until you guys had...
She's still my sister. She's my everything. You know what I mean? Hey, she's
like that.
like that, no matter what. You get what I mean? Hey,
She's gonna catch you on this moment.
Because I've never never mentioned this. And
thank you for babysitting today, Mami Sto.
People have asked, like, yo,
babysitting.
You get what I mean? Only those that knows. Happy also because of your knowing us and from Bom Mamuribos when they're still on radio.
Yeah.
We like, nah, guys.
Yeah, leave it out of it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So shout outs to y'all.
No, I feel that because also of the person that
because we don't like the not personally I don't like the limelight.
But you guys moved on from each other, but you are co-parenting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the one to say it. And I'm sorry, Mami Sto, but at the same time you guys are so private with it, and I respect the way you guys are able to raise Nana the same way. You don't even call it babysitting. You know, so she's hanging with her. She's moved on also. You've moved on also in your life as well. Yeah. How did you break that vow? Because you work with a lot of women, nigga. Okay. Why leaky?
It was meant to be.
Clearly it wasn't. You niggas are not.
No, at the time.
You guys.
No, I mean.
When?
I mean, it was meant to be because we have a beautiful daughter together.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And that's the most important thing to me. You know what I mean? That little girl. And
can I know what?
Listen, okay, let me take the blame.
Because Nana is going to watch this one day, so we shouldn't be stupid.
Let me speak because after working with a lot of women also, you pick up a thing or two. Because the studio is a sacred place, right? These guys come there to vent, just like you guys come to the studio. You know I've got albums, Samajitakwa, venting, dissing them, baby mamas and ex-girlfriends and everything. I didn't say you. I said guys. You know, I've got girls dissing their exes and everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ozzy's my little brother till today. But I produced 24 because Sasa needed to vent. You get what I'm saying? Hey, and she just came to the studio. She's like, Bangu, today I just want to address Ozzy, you know, because this guy's been talking about me throughout this time and I've never addressed it. Today, I'm ready.
This the day.
Hey, what do you want to do? Okay, make the beat. She started writing on the spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey,
other people don't know, huh?
You know,
Mama
so,
Slay.
The dog. Huh?
But you've always been a safe space for a lot of musicians. I mean, even guys like Chef Gustos. And I just put him in a list of women.
That's my little brother.
I just put him in a list of women.
No, he's my little brother. Hey.
And he's one of the people who he doesn't trust anyone. He records a lot of his vocals with you.
Every totally peanuts are since his song with Dato. No, since with Dato.
With Dato.
My love. Yeah, I've been recording and mixing and mastering all of Gustos's projects. You get what I mean? Everything. The new song with what's her name? Ginger Stone. Yeah, Ben T's first project, the Fantastic EP. It was done by me, Press, and Francois. You know what I mean? Shout out to Zen, because Zen was like, you know what, Ben T, you have potential. I think he's mentioned this already. Zen was like, now the people that can groom you into being the studio artist that you need to grow into.
Yeah.
And with us, because we're the generation, the studio is like it's a family.
Yeah.
If it's not just about the money. You end up becoming family because it's a sacred place. We understand that.
Yeah.
So Benti is my little brother. You know what I mean?
He wants to grow in the
space.
He
wants to grow. You know what I mean? But Hensi.
Yeah.
His first, a lot of Hensi's songs passed through my hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rock Lefatse stuff.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, it's just that there's a business.
Still on my God. Oh, God. My time.
Shout out to Safo. You know what I mean?
Suffocate as well.
You get. So, like, a lot of guys, they've realized, like, oh, Bangu is a good mixing engineer.
Yeah.
Because what I realized, actually, Liki gave me the idea during the Alpha, when we were dropping the Alpha project. But a lot of producers don't market themselves locally. In Nailo, but you know, as much as guys knew the donkey tag,
Yeah.
I wanted guys to know what but I can also mix and master. I can do the engineering.
Yeah.
So those posters I used to write engineered by.
Yeah.
Engineered by Free
Yeah.
Love, engineered by this, engineered by
Now it's
this.
become a
engineered
thing
by.
now.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of other artists in Babata sound so they knew the guy to go to is Bangu.
Bangu.
Hence, that's how Bochama came.
Yeah.
With drama, you know what I mean? Everybody.
When Bangu says everybody, like I don't think everybody understands what we mean. Like you've literally worked with everybody across all the music genres in BW.
In BW, yeah.
I want you to give me a top 5 of the. I can't say the worst because you're a gentleman, Wabon. But like, who has been your favorite 5 females to work with in the studio?
Top 5.
You don't have to include her. She's always
Leaky,
like makes people feel
I'll start with her.
Leaky.
Yeah.
You're getting her out the way.
No. I'm not getting out the way. I'll start with her because when I came to Heartbeat, one of the genres I really wanted to work on was R&B. Because I felt like nobody's giving R&B a chance.
How the fuck did you guys do Free Love?
Press and KB.
Free Love.
You
That
know?
was a whole change.
Because at Heartbeat, music is a vibe, man.
Yeah.
It's an emotional thing. It's not like Tsana go studio and dire hit. No. We just today record. I say if it works, it doesn't work.
How much of it is collaboration? Or do you sit there with a headphone?
All of it. Yeah, because we learned from the best, right?
Yeah.
Hey, and we realized that music is a creation here collective.
Yeah.
It's not just about the songwriter and the beat maker. You know what I mean?
Even the nigga who went to buy the choirs.
You get what I mean? That
Yeah.
guy, something says influencer. Whoever is around you. That's why Get a Sick Bunch was birthed by us just thinking about our past and the guys we knew. You know what I mean? And we came and we just rapped how those guys used to talk. And then we started talking about steering, them jacket, cheese. You know what I mean? Who doesn't know that?
It's jokes are not like in the days.
You get what I'm saying?
All of us get
you know
it.
what I mean? Umona ta Dorapa, ukwen kare Drogba. You know what I mean?
Let's get to our number 4.
So Leaky, right?
Yeah, man.
Bouncy. Sasa.
No, tell us about Bouncy because
Okay,
you guys have been
Bouncy-
nominated and have won awards as well.
Every artist we worked with has won an award.
But you work very closely with Bouncy as her manager as well.
Yeah.
A booking agent and stuff like that.
Yep.
Can you take us through working with her because she's a very, very mysterious one. You know, very, very
Bouncy,
mysterious one to understand.
For me, okay, I actually mixed Up in the Kitchen.
Okay.
Right? The song Up in the Kitchen.
Back in the day.
It wasn't produced by me, but it came to me and I mixed it, right? And then it was like, hey, Bouncy ain't it.
Yeah.
But I've seen her performances, so like she was not bad.
Yeah.
The Bomuts of that year, so when she was dropping Up in the Kitchen, she was performing. She was wearing like stockings and like a song, and there was a video that went viral. And I'm like, yo, man, this chick is a full package.
She's a star.
Mare, she just needs the right material. So we just discussed that, you know what? Let's approach Michelle. Because now all we wanted to do was to give her the songs and Michelle.
Oh, when she was working with Michelle.
Yes, off campus.
Off campus,
For Mish, now we just want to give Sheria Dipina. We're not continue. Business because as creatives also we want to create.
Yeah.
And we see potential or like we can make money but let's work on the creation now.
Yeah.
It's a long-term process. You know what I mean? It will make money by other means, but with this particular project, investment. So let's do this. So Bouncy and Mish had the fallout thing, so we couldn't abandon her. You know what I mean? So we're like, yo, come, let's work.
How would you identify her sound? Like for people who
let me say this. Go Sinewave, we don't even identify sound. We just make music. Because we mix genres.
Yeah.
That's what we learned. To realize like, yo, Botswana.
It's so hard to put her in a genre.
You know what I mean? And that's what it is.
She's got like a unique voice. And even the songs and the messages are always.
But even when you listen, as much as Leaky is like R&B, when you listen to her music, it's you can put it in a bracket also. Like the beats, like the song she did with Fifi Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo.
It's like different.
You're the one with Katego as
You're the
well.
one
You
with
produced that
Katego.
one.
Yeah.
It's not nominated.
No, it is. It's
Then what do you
it's
mean
got
you're
2
not nominated?
nominations. No, I'm not. She is. Oh, you mean like that? Oh, my bad.
You played the song, Bren.
Hey, man, I'm used to me being nominated.
Number
you know.
3, please. Number 3. Give
Number
me
three, no, I said Licky, Bouncy, right? I said Sasa.
Sasa class.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Sasa and I go way back before Bus Pride.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
FPMG.
Hey,
Yeah.
her and Nature, they're my sisters till today.
Yeah.
You get what
Yeah.
I mean? Hey,
Yeah.
so, night that they was Sinewave, so we had songs on one of those computers that got stolen. You know what I mean?
All
This
of us
was
had songs on those computers.
before she was with before the Ham. What is it? Was it Ham, that song?
Hudson.
Yeah, Hudson. That.
yeah.
Yeah. Before that, you know what I mean. So, ene la ke ta ko sa ko heartbeat. On nansang check, I get nana mo face one.
Hey.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, she could come with a bike, come chill with me, and just talk.
Yeah.
Like not to me, she was like my sister. Like
Yeah.
on me. I understood the studio is a safe haven for a lot of artists.
Yeah.
So it's not just about recording. Sometimes you just want to be there for the beat, the music, and to vent. Like how some people go to the bar and vent on the bartender, on the
Yeah.
next guy.
Yeah.
So a
Yeah.
studio is a safe haven for a lot of artists.
Yeah.
So I've always understood that, and I've always been that guy for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
No doubt.
with females, I knew like, yo, nobody's giving them a chance.
No one.
Right?
So, and I'm not
Yeah.
making that an excuse.
No, true.
I'm saying that's the first thing that comes to
That
people's
comes to,
minds.
as a man, that's what comes to every man's mind. It don't matter. Let's not lie.
No,
every man
seriously.
when a girl. No.
So what's the difference
I don't
between
care if
us
you're
and other
married
niggas who give
or
girls a chance?
Because every man,
baby, I give
you be
Khaleme,
lying.
I'm built like
I don't
this.
care who you are.
Hela ha ngwana a tsena mo studio, ke bona sister.
I'll speak for him. That's why I got there's no sinners, right? Because I don't know who's not a sinner. I'm not saying what people are sinning, but what I'm saying is this: every man, the very first thought, Harere Omonte. What are we really saying? We
What?
mean we would sleep with her. Every damn man, that's what he's thinking. But that's why some guys are so perverted that
Hey.
you get what I mean? But it goes worse. Hey, you need to be a gentleman or appreciate the beauty and
I always try to tell niggas what there's always something really, really awesome once we Khalemela and like your savage intentions, your human instinct.
Hey, that's why we are all like that. Don't feel bad. It's a natural feeling. It's there.
But just kill it,
just
nigga.
Be aware. Like, yo, why hit the lane?
I feel you, Papa.
You get what I mean? Hey. So a lot of guys didn't want to give girls a chance. That's what it was. 3, Sasa, right?
Yeah.
What more can I say? Like I'm saying, man, she's been. That's why I got like even when she did the Aussie thing, it wasn't. No, I'm trying to go back and forth. It's like Nikibata Venta just this one time, and that's all she did. She did it that one time, and
then she let it go.
You get what I mean? I've got songs Sasa said when I did drilling, saying when I Venta, saying when she was just exploring sounds, you know.
What do you think about Baxen moving on?
Next question.
I'm joking.
No,
hey, man.
that's my little brother.
I know he's amazing.
He's an old town dude, Ganale. You get what I mean?
For real?
Yeah. Huh?
No, the thing.
But you know Leo from CB, the CB Njolo character. Leo is Leader's little brother. Leader from Sick Bunch.
Leo, the tall nigga.
Yeah, that's Leader from.
No wonder that nigga tall as hell.
Leader. Yeah, that's like little brother from Old Town. You get what I mean?
I shouldn't have brought that other stuff up. I'm on number 4 now.
Number 4, I would say.
Be careful now.
Chama.
Okay.
Yeah, because Chama can mingle with anybody. She don't care if you're a rapper. She don't care.
But why do you think? Because I think, for some reason, because I want to feel important, I think Chama chooses you as a person. Like, I'm going to fuck with
Rightfully,
this person.
she should.
Because
she
I see her as, she's all accepting. She'll hug you. But for her to have you in her space enough to be fucking with her music, she has to have chosen you. I want to cry. So even her coming on this pod, like, and opening up to us like that.
Of course.
I remember there was one time when I interviewed her on the radio. This chick came before the radio station was open.
And she's like always on time. Let's be real. She's always on time. She's respectful. I mean, not to me. Like I said, Chama can jump with anybody.
Yeah.
Waban.
She's amazing. Dog.
I learned a lot from her also, right? During the mass com thing, when we do.
You did also double MP Ghana as well.
Yeah,
Calaboose.
Like you said, everybody, man.
Everybody,
Who
dog.
haven't? I've got songs with Double HP that never came out. That was supposed to be in his album before he passed. You know,
But
brand new day.
If
If you remember my song "New Day" with Hennessy and Drama,
I know New
Jabba
Day.
was supposed to be in that song. Mare, that was the time when he was going through his thing.
And Jabba actually came to your house in Francistown.
Yeah.
When he was doing that walk, Daraja.
Who can say he brought Double HP to Castle in Ghetto? Come on.
No one.
You get what I'm saying? Hey, but like I'm saying, I'm not doing this for the fame. Now it's the passion and the business of it.
When you were hanging with
know.
Jabba, did you see?
No. At that time, I didn't. That's why I get it. Because, you know, the thing is with depression, I learned a lot from him after, because how to it's a sometimes people pull away from you or they think washia. You know, when you're acting funny, they distance themselves from you.
Yeah.
You know? So, because now, at the time, I'm like, yo, because now all of a sudden, I respond. So I'm like, yo, why's this guy ghosting me? What's going on? No one. So I would even ask Nomad, because I knew what he was down. He was cool with Nomad in Josie. Nomad is like, yo, and then I respond. He was going through the most. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, once you start realizing design, like my best friend passed when we were 23, whatever, right? When he graduated, the last 6 months in Andoj, like Nasabater Kopa. And there's a skinny guy, we're like Bush Snoop Dogg back there. And now people are telling me, man, Bangu, your boy TD is getting skinnier. You know, kind of like what happened with Little Homie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So to me, that's why when, even with Little Homie, when I saw it, it brought back those memories.
Those memories where he's hiding his face.
You get what I'm saying?
You
get. But now I never go to see my boy, unfortunately.
He means Dramaboi, guys. Okay.
You know, I never got to see TD. And I came to Gabs. He's like, yo, like that, I must patel. You know? Whatever. Oh, okay. 2 weeks later, he's gone. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was one of those things that only you like about after or what's going on.
What's going on?
Come on, guys, take care of yourselves.
All of that.
You get what I mean?
I feel you, Papa.
So
I feel you completely.
So it was, you know, how can I say? I got to see a lot of signs. After I don't keep. That's why they didn't dodge. That's why now. So that's why, because even D-Boy, mind you, since Salalenna, I've been working with him. Kara Township 2. I was mixing those tracks, advising him with the engineering, doing
He's
this and
across
that.
the road.
I produced Amaruri, the EP. You know, so for me, there was a time Nike Mojampetsinyan. So I'm like, D-Boy, King Karawan Doja, why is it Kanya Dizaka, Yaria, But when I saw him, none of that mattered.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
I feel you.
So none of that mattered, and it was one of those situations that unfortunately, personally, I never got a chance to really do anything about it. But what I really would have wanted to do is make sure, because the drama that I got from Borems and I would have loved to compile an album. As a guy who worked close with him as a producer, I would try to put myself in his mind, or like in the studio artistically, this is how he envisioned his songs.
You wanted to achieve, yeah.
You get, so maybe if we're to compile these songs and revamp the beat, maybe this and this, because saying obviously
yes.
Let's make a solid album for his kids, right? Then come, so guys are selling diverse, you know. I'm actually pissed off at Jack Botloko. I'll mention his name. You know what I mean? He's my nigga, but I'm pissed off at him because there was a song yaga D-boy called Dumabok. It's already the case. You got
Dumabok.
Dumabok.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And that Naki feel our way for the like for himself. Because it's in his page. What did he do about it? He got likes. Who's benefiting off it?
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, D-boy has kids.
Yeah, he has kids.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, we could have now really I think this is the perfect time to drop this. Vese ate yang one rekiseditswe Bexen because he's my little brother came get ipina ke musizo go mix. I'm like, whoa, I know this. I've got this. You get what I mean?
Who's selling them?
I don't know if it was Rams or like I'm saying, guys who have do trading what's about they're just out there. Hey, you get. So
no,
nah, no. I could have can take let's just you get what I mean? I'm not
That's actually food for thought.
Hey, I'm thing, but the day it's like something about it. It's maybe not for me, it'll be for someone in your circle to benefit.
Family.
You get what I mean? Hey.
So what would you say to the niggas who have those vocals, you know,
like I'm saying, it's just guys
talk
being
to
selfish. No, they know. We talked about this. We've talked about this.
So guys should try and reach
no,
out
guys
to
are being,
Katlego.
no. Kata was not difficult. That family is not difficult to reach.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Shout out to Mantlu Goodies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's not hard
Yo,
to
shout
find
out to Mantlu Goodies. Now we try to promote it as much
you
as
get what I'm
possible.
saying? She's not hard to find.
I play his instrumental a lot on my set. So I
So
wanna get
guys have access. That's why I get guys. Some of the guys brought Dipina Kohonna. Saying when Emo was supposed to bring to me, you know, Hakisora Majita Bahan Nagato go studio because now record a Majita in other studios. You get what I mean?
how you wear, my nigga? Have you had
You
something
get,
to eat,
so
my
the-
nigga?
that's what I mean.
know that one.
Now I'm thinking, yo, let's do this for the drama. And, hey,
kids.
happy, let's do it right. We get. Hey, but guys, whenever I can sort of know if I take a drama verse, if it's thing,
Yeah, go blow.
you get what I mean? No ill to anybody, but
Nah, fuck
so
niggas,
it had Jack pissed me off because he's the guy who once we talked about this where like he doesn't mind because guys were trying to get Kulichana on one of D-Boy's songs. I actually passively met the dude during his memorial Komalap. You know what I mean? And I mentioned what I'm like, no. It's already was saying that D-Boy would be dope if you get what I mean? I forgot his boy. Light skinned dude is gonna be mad at me. He's a Botswana. He's always around there.
Oh, Nick Bonte.
Yeah, you know. So cool dude. He came to me. He's like, yeah, no, let me hear the songs. They were trying to. For me, I felt like they were trying to do a Kuli Chana song featuring Dramaboi instead of a drama featuring Kuli. So
Because Botswana do like an these days. Like this money could
no,
go
but
to
no.
Bwana, Wabona, like it
to
could
me, one of the reasons why
could make a
with the
difference.
stuff that I had, I didn't wanna. I ended up not really being interested in it. It's
No,
not
so
that-
in
For
this
Bwana
time, if it was 100%
Yes.
D-Boys music and radio stations know they're
Exactly.
rotating it will mean residuals from Cospots for the kids. That's actually helping towards
That's-
situation Akola being.
My point exactly. That's why I'm hated Jack for what he did. Because as soon as Duma won, now I was feeling, maybe this is the perfect time for us to do something.
Oh, shit, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I feel you.
For the kids.
For the kids.
Because I've always thought about it. Even not before I knew Duma would blow up and be
No
number
one
one.
thought Duma would blow up.
You get what I mean? I actually wanted him in the video, my guy. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had that vision now we could use this guy. Not politics, it's just as Dumabok or
Yeah.
the man. You get what I mean?
Shit.
Hey, so now when he became number one, I'm like, this is the
This is the moment to do it.
Exactly. And
Fuck.
mfana ba dropa bin. Look at it's a guy hakits. What
Who produced that thing?
I don't even know who made that beat because it had a beat, and I feel the original beat is still way better. You get what I mean?
So they have the
I think
stems.
the original beat, like SJ. I'm not sure, but I think it's
ASJ was doing a lot of the work back then.
because Ace was his main producer, like the beat maker.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Rams was the guy doing most of the recording. Tota, that was D-Boy's real team. Ace, le Rams. But after Lebanon, they had a fallout, whatever. But later on, none of that mattered. That's why I don't know because Drama also recorded Lebo MO and other guys.
Aye.
You get so I don't know.
Little rubies.
So diversity this you get because tse dingwe a ke re motho o kgona go ta recorda ba sa rate pina ba go irisa elsewhere.
Versa
You
yourself
get what I
somewhere
mean?
else.
Eh.
So, Mara, are you holding Katlago's hand on this though, my nigga? Like, this sounds like, this sounds like a mission. And
I'll
he
be real.
has
She
kids, come
actually
on.
called me. Unfortunately, I try to. I don't know if I even asked you because I called the bo Drake, bo MMP. I try to look for Jack's number. You know what I mean?
No, now I'm phoning.
No.
Can't blah, Maloba.
Hey, but I wanted to reach out to him and ask him, but why?
Oh, he's gonna get the message.
You get what I mean?
No,
Yeah, no, I know. And he showed, rightfully, he showed. Whenever.
No, we had him already, so send up
What's a public notice? Because Katla reached out to me and she was hurt. If
so if
she's
Katla
hurt,
was hurt, then the family
she's
is
my
not,
little sister.
Hey.
You get what I'm saying? That's why I was trying to look for him also to reach out to him as big brother.
Yeah.
Yo, homie, what's going on? What
But
part of the
I know
game
his
is this?
heart is always in the right place. So maybe I think the excitement that came with winning, I'm not making excuses.
I feel
but,
you.
You know, there was a bigger plan to it.
Yes.
You know, and
you
they
get what
could
I
have
mean?
made some money for the kids. But I still think there's time.
No, there is.
There's enough
there
time.
is.
Yeah, and this would
And
nothing.
five. I'll go to Katlego.
Yeah, that was cheat code.
No.
You guys, you're the second person to put Katlego on a list.
I'll put Katlego on my list, but special mention. I would mention Gauna Rantloyo. Just simply because the world never really got to hear how talented that lady is. You get what I mean?
I blame you niggas. Go studio and say.
Shit happens. It wasn't me.
Did she jolly with one of you niggas? Because
I don't
know
think so.
There's always like
a
jolly situation that fucks up one relationships but side creative environment thing.
I feel you. I asked Nokosena Mjolo because also Presley was a family man at the time. Yeah. So
maybe you just didn't know, nigga.
Maybe I didn't know, but I asked. Hey, I guess we had to ask. And that's my brother.
You think people? Not Presley. I'm just saying. There's every other person there. There's a bunch of niggas.
Yo. Maybe the other guys. Maybe other guys or other artists that came to the studio.
How would I know?
You get what I mean? As a manager also. There is some frustrations, but I never really got to the source of it. More when you feel like maybe people whispering in her ear, and you know what I mean. And also, don't forget, we deal with fame differently. You know what I mean. So, as soon as you become famous, you might feel you're banti, you know. Yeah. I dropped taku. Now I'm out. I'm doing black money makers. Yeah. I'm just giving an example. I'm not saying. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, it can be that. Hey,
I feel
it can be your Lebadi is the hardest in the crew. Then your homie went solo.
Yeah,
you get. Hey, so fame is, we deal with it differently.
Yeah.
So mentally we were in a different space. Mentally she was in a different space. Yeah. She was new to this also, and she was dealing with whatever she was dealing with. So she handled it however she saw fit. So not because I know I've made mistakes in the past also.
Yeah.
Even I don't really call them mistakes. I'm calling them learning experiences because I was a kid.
Yeah.
There was nobody to really teach us this is the real blueprint that you should follow.
Yeah.
We created the blueprint.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys created the blueprint.
Definitely.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, so to me it's always been let me try and create a safe haven for female artists.
For female artists. And you guys continue to do that. I mean, you're not
everybody else, I really don't know.
Nigga, you nearly said it.
I don't know.
I was so ready.
No, God, with everybody. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's always sad to watch.
I get stories in terms of management. So they all feel however they feel. So I know. You know, so that's what it was.
Netlane, Pressure.
Yeah.
It's been nominated for how many?
Best R&B and Best Female.
Licky's got 2 of those nominations coming up.
Yes, sir.
every time I go to your house, I don't know if I'm the R&B whisperer. Like tota bandla R&B. Koraro kena leta shwa bon. Gore ke reitse gore adula se ke yone.
No, because you're my day one with the music.
But I love that you trust me enough to play that music around me, and I just wish you guys Liliki would release at least once a month. Because I don't know, maybe is it because of the atmosphere that comes with R&B now? We had Tato Jessica right here. She had Licky on her list as well as Katlego as well, by the way. Why are you guys doing this music? Passion. When you guys realize what
No, let's be real. Like I said, every artist go psycho had beat banal bank account. You get what I mean? So that means we're doing something right. Because because what say some video like a e-wallet le orange mine.
Hey, cut the
So anyway, you know what was I saying? When
in the account.
No, R&B. Hey, hore, Free Love, come on. Licky won Yamas.
Yeah.
She was best female at that time, I think, and best R&B also. You know, she was a brand ambassador for some thing, some brand, FNB, I forgot. No, Orange. I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
She did varsity tours. Many words. She was like Libo Man Peace, Libo Drama, Libo.
Yeah, Libo Balaclava.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Musara Ibile Haka, we were one of the best trips. He's ever been in Nanan Valley Drama League.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
We need more trips.
Hey, you know, we need more trips, Musara. You know, Kisampekele thing still got the same squad. You know what I mean?
No
so
doubt,
money was there. You get what I mean? Hey, Mari, what we realized is Batswana didn't know or like Free Love keeping Botswana.
Okay.
Hey, so it was like, oh, okay, we have to get a learning experience, like I'm saying, market it differently. Hey, but what lap your hands? Most of those events never book you. Hey, so R&B was doing something right. Priscilla told us that NLA levels, one of the biggest motivations to relocate from Lobatswana Gabs was Free Love.
Yeah.
Or like, you can do R&B and actually make it. You get what I mean? Hey, so we were doing something right. You know?
I really hope they're still working with each other, those two.
I think, no, they are. They are. You know.
No, but I want the element thing, and I don't know how important it is for female artists to, especially when they're growing into themselves as artists, how important it is to communicate with whoever you got into the industry with. Because I don't want like someone who but at the same time, some of the niggas that you're about to meet might not have their best interest for you. So I'm always watching Priscilla DJ levels, or how are they maneuvering this? And so far so good, you know what I mean? But do you ever feel like compelled to advise in situations like that?
Levels sometimes about this personal stuff because I really don't know. Marikarawa as a big brother, from time to time he reaches out to advise him. You know what I mean? Not that I don't have beef with anybody. It's either we're homies or I'm big brother. You get what I mean? To everybody and anybody. That's why I knew OD as Steady's little homie. I'm with like Orapa. I want to the VV when you blew up. I'm like, that's V? You get what I mean? That's why I call him Steady V. Because of his uncle. You get what I mean? Hey, Steady B. That's his name. So me, Steady V.
Yes, sir.
He's my brother. You get what I mean? And with the kana nundi mpidisa. Turi mpidisa nun. Keta okare ka Ariana nya.
No, you get ready.
Hey, waban. Hey, no. Waban. So negere.
No, reheditser to ikholega gona. I want to shut it down by talking about the tribalism in music. Do you feel there is tribalism in BW music?
Not anymore. Mind you, Apollo did Ikalanga Chedu, right?
I was in the studio
back then.
I was in Orapa. I'm
Yeah,
trying
imagine,
to tell.
get signed at Cubio's crib,
Hey.
right? And
Because I was cooking, she was still there also.
coincidentally,
AK was at Midrand at the time. Yeah.
and now I'm in Ghetto, right?
Yeah.
So I get
He was playing me his little niggas. Bar Nwa, Baitzima, Buski, Ski Mask, and all of them guys.
So
as well.
Haketwa Ghetto, me and my boy Henzeloof, Angel, he has a podcast. He's Hare Krishna now. I think it's called Henzeloof. He's on a spiritual journey, but he's like one of the sickest poets I know. So when we came back, because we used to be a crew together, BLD, you get. So kenabare rekopane bere rio niketa je kwadile verse kwa skala ka uta kwadile verse skala kala yo man, let's try this thing. We were just trying it out. Haritsana ko studio ngre we want to do a Kalanga song. He's like, before you guys do that, Abaru to say Ikalanga change. But Apollo was here literally 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We were like, we're gonna go the opposite. We did some track, God damn it, Henzeloof. So people thought that was Apollo.
Where is that song?
It's somewhere in the world.
Come on, that's my jam.
You get, so that's the second Kalanga song that was recorded. And it was supposed to be in my yes. God damn it, Henzeloof, BLD, Yasuika.
That was my
So people because Apollo dropped the Ikalanga Chid, when they heard that song they thought and now at the time I'm on that 5-year plan.
Was it ever released anywhere?
No, never. It was supposed to be in my album. Yeah, it was supposed to be in my album that came out. That was supposed to come up in the following years, but it never did.
That's when this nigga was giving you all the good beats.
Kibio, yep. True story. Beat ya Mr. Dog Kifiti. That was Angel's beat.
Let's keep moving.
You know what I mean?
Let's keep moving. So we're going to tribalism in hip hop. So you guys
tribalism in
do
hip hop.
BLD.
Back then, there was a lot of
the music, not just hip hop.
No, back then there was, right? And then now years later, when now ke producer Rasek Bunch, there's Magilona leader.
Yeah.
I'm not even rapping now. I'm feeling like, you know what, I've got this perfect Kalanga crew.
Yeah.
There's Corner also. This is the formula.
Shabaloom.
Yeah, so now when we were supposed to drop that project, leader on Elema Rasta, so his spirituality, I'm talking, we're supposed to go on tour with Ndingo Dojo that day. That guy left us. So you get what I mean? So shout out, that's my boy. So anyway, he's like, no, I'm done with this Rasta thing. So
he's left.
So anyway, so that messed up everything. So now when I came to Gabs, Bolida, Gerais and Palapes, like guys are all over the place. And I'm with Sinewave, I'm with Heartbeat. I came to Presley's crib. What's it called? Honeymoon, right?
Honeymoon.
He does a press beat. Then I did that song. And you all liked it. I dropped
that
it.
Was my jam.
Then after that, people loved it. So I'm like, okay, the next song I didn't do Chililani, then Ndukupe. Then I was like, might as well do an album.
Yeah.
And my mission was to make Kalanga fashionable. Because I realized that back then there was tribalism and people weren't giving it a chance. And you know what I mean? But now, Java, MT. So I'm like, let me take that formula, but make Kalanga fashionable.
Yeah.
I want people who don't listen to Kalanga, who don't understand Kalanga, to listen to this and be like, this sounds dope. This sounds exactly like international music.
Yeah.
And that's what I did with that album. My core fans, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that actually made a lot of some of these rappers' mamas become my fans.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Because I meet rappers' mamas, and they'll say like, "Oh my God, my son, I love your album."
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Hey, and that fills my heart.
So, but then,
so
why
right now, I would say
because back in the day.
Hey, because I mean, look at what happened last year. Get out of Bomakhalagadi book. What's wrong? You get what I'm saying?
No, I know.
Sorry.
I don't know when it's ever okay to say Neta Makhalagadi or Makalaga.
This is why I only talk about my tribe. And I can say Lekalaka because who can say what to me?
I'm not about to say that shit.
No, I gotta be talking about myself.
It would be like a slur on my part.
So I never really like calling other tribes because
you're gonna make a. I want to talk about then the unity between Kalanga rappers.
There's
Trapalanga,
There's Trapalanga, Romeo Stana, shout out, Map Business, you know what I mean?
When are we going to see like one big show with all of the elements, man, from your concrete to yourselves?
Actually,
to
shout
Stana.
out to Stana because Stana is always Waleka is always trying to
Maboko.
do events, and whenever we can, we in his lineups. But Ghetto Lane has its politics. Some of these old school guys in Ghetto don't want to grow the fuck up. You know
How
what
old?
I mean?
50-year-olds?
Yeah, these 50-something-year-olds,
Nigga, we're 40,
late
niggas-
40s and 50s. You get some
Barren.
of these promoters and DJs because we tirel an event, and then they'll still have that sabotage mentality.
Make another event down the
Hey,
street.
you get what I mean? So they
Kind
still
guys
have
don't
those.
know that shit. Huh?
Hey, or shit like that exists. You get what I mean? So you still have those guys, but they think backward.
My nigga,
You get.
we're going to wrap it up. You may not have a lot of information online, but your cell phone is your real one.
My cell phone is available everywhere.
It's everywhere, dog.
Of course. Google me, bitch.
Guys, we're out. We're going to... We're waiting for it to come out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. Dr. Ricardo is up next. Bangu, thank you so much. I think we're going to have another episode where we talk to you about everything else that's going on in the industry, because I've wanted someone to bounce ideas off as well, because it's been a minute, because at least we talk a lot. We have a project coming out as soon as we can shoot the video. But like, it was so nice to have you here.
Likewise, my guy. Likewise.
Putting people into...
You know, I don't like being... I actually hate interviews.
No, you're
I've never done this. This is the first and only you.
No doubt, Papa.
Hey, no, let's be real. Because, before it hits, I need to say this, right? I need to say this.
What?
Which camera is on? Okay. All right.
This one get excited.
Guys, guys, you're a business, right? You're a content provider, right? You'll be there. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Matter how, at least give me appearance fee.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, at least in pay 2.5, 3K. Come on,
Yeah.
we got kids, we got families, we got rents. You know?
Controlling, yeah.
Who still needs exposure in this day? And if
feel
a
you.
person is reaching out to you, it means you are a content provider for that particular episode. They can make it more motive. We got flavor though. These are privately owned companies.
Entities,
That guy's gonna make money off your content.
Yeah.
The cameraman, the crew, everybody that's there gets paid off you.
Yeah.
Except you.
Except you.
You get what I mean? So guys, take yourself seriously, because guys will exploit you in the sake of exposure.
Yes,
You
sir.
get what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Exposure can eat it. You get what I mean? That's all I gotta say.
It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. And that is our show. Dr. Ricardo is up next. See you guys in a little bit.
Ciao!
Different identities. Podcast with PODI-CAST.
Okay, back again in the house. Dr. Ricardo on Getting Healthy on the PODI-CAST. We're so happy to have you back. Hello, ma.
Hello. Star.
Liting.
Good, thank you.
Is this too early to stop saying Happy New Year?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, this is where we stop, guys. We gotta stop. Today, Doc, just to get straight into it, we're gonna be talking about dementia, a really, really painful situation for anyone to be in. I just want to start from the beginning to talk about what it is, what exactly it is, and how does it affect the brain?
So dementia is a group of symptoms that is acquired, meaning that it is not a normal part of aging, as most people think, that the older you get, you start having certain symptoms. So this is actually acquired, where it leads to deterioration in cognitive function. And what we mean by cognitive function is anything that involves deterioration in memory, in thinking, in doing complex skills. Sometimes it can affect the mood and personality of the individuals affected, and also just orientation of the patients that get dementia. And it has to be to the extent that it affects the quality of life, and usually it's quite progressive. So over time, those symptoms actually get worse.
Okay, so this is not a natural part of aging.
No.
So there are things that come with it.
Yes.
So, because I think just recently, I had a friend whose mom was suffering from it, and it was just so painful to watch.
Yeah.
Sometimes she'd be walking off hella into the distance. Sometimes they wouldn't even know where she is. Sometimes she wouldn't even remember who they are. Which is really, really, really painful to watch happen to any family. Are there any ways of preventing it? Because I think after I saw it for myself, I started wondering, yo, am I really even doing anything? The substances that we take, the food that we eat.
Yeah. So I think depending on the cause, we've got various things that cause dementia. So anything that will result in an insult of the brain cells can result in dementia. And usually the older you get, so the more advanced your age is, the more likely you are to develop dementia. So usually say above the age of 65, commonly that's when patients present, but you can also have young patients developing it. So in terms of the causes, we usually divide them into two broad categories where we say degenerative. So this is where you actually have certain things or deposits happening in your brain that actually cause damage. So things such as what we commonly know as Alzheimer's disease, other things called Lewy body dementia, Parkinson's-like dementia. So there's something structurally happening in the brain. And then we've got other non-neurodegenerative diseases such as vascular dementia, which is very common in our setting. So people who have had problems with the blood supply to the brain, whether it be a stroke or other blood issues, then that results in dementia. Alcohol and alcohol abuse is associated with dementia as well, because alcohol is a toxin to the blood cells, to the brain cells. And then commonly in our setting as well, HIV infection is associated with early onset of dementia. So some of these things can also result. And now looking at how you can prevent it, it all depends on the cause and risk factors. But there are certain things that one can do to actually reduce the risk of developing dementia.
Weed?
You're putting me in a
let's talk about drugs position. Then, because they are a big part.
So I think definitely drug use and abuse and misuse is associated with dementia. Remember we said anything that's going to cause an insult on your brain cells. So things like hard drugs like cocaine, cat, which are stimulants, what they do, they tend to increase someone's blood pressure. And by increasing blood pressure, hypertension is one of the risk factors related to the onset of dementia. Smoking, whether it's cigarette smoking or marijuana, has been also associated with dementia because of the vascular damage that happens. So definitely lifestyle choices can have an impact on your risk of developing dementia.
All right. So genetically, though, if you have someone in your family who unfortunately passes away because Bana Leon, is there any way that it's gonna affect you as offspring?
Yeah, like many conditions, medical conditions, there's usually a genetic component. So whether you do anything, the risk might actually be there inherently. So if you've got a first degree relative, a parent, or even second degree relative, it means the likelihood of having acquired those genes associated with specific dementias. So things like Alzheimer's, Lewy body, they've been genes that have been associated with that. So your risks are there, but usually it's in combination with other things and environmental factors as well.
But how common is dementia in Botswana? Because like I'm saying, I only caught on to it when my boy's mom went through it. And this was later in our years. I think it's something that we only used to see on TV, on soapies and whatever, when they want to take the trust fund. And then the old woman starts forgetting, and then the other ones come and say, I'm your daughter, I'm your son. So I think we always used to think it was that far off until it hit home. So how common is it in Botswana?
So in low-income countries and medium-income countries like Botswana, the incidence of dementia has actually been on the rise. And this is multifactorial. Now, one, we've got an aging population. So you find that because of disease and poor socioeconomic status, most people died earlier. So we never actually got many people being diagnosed with dementia. But now we've got an aging population because of better health, better awareness, treatment, socioeconomic status improving. So the aging population is much more. So we're going to find an increase in the number of patients with dementia. Also now with knowledge and information, diagnosis is being done earlier. So we're able to diagnose it much earlier, and therefore that increases the prevalence. So you're finding there are various risks. There are various things that have linked or have resulted in increased prevalence of the disease. But also, I think in Botswana specifically, you find that certain conditions like Alzheimer's, Lewy body may not be at such a high incident compared to the first world countries, and we would get more of the infectious causes, alcohol-related, HIV-related, vascular-related dementia is probably going to be a higher incidence because of other risk factors. So it's all population and country differentiated, yeah.
Okay, and so in Botswana, are there any challenges specific to Botswana that come with dementia? Because like you're saying, it's not that common in the country. So what are some of the challenges?
It's not that common, but I feel like the diagnosis may also be delayed because you find that whether it's in the rural areas, if your grandmother starts forgetting, if she starts losing memory, she can't do tasks, she can't go to the bank anymore, she's confused, she's walking off and the neighbor finds her and she doesn't know where she is. They don't usually send their patients or their relatives or family members for diagnosis.
African,
we just say it's old age.
But how do we start? Hey, we found your mom. We bring them back, and sometimes it's even embarrassing for the neighbor themselves who found the mom.
Yeah.
How? Let's say I'm the neighbor. What do I start? Like, what do I say to my neighbor?
So I think that's where education is going to be important for people to be aware that dementia is an acquired disease, and the earlier it's diagnosed, the better the outcome. Though there's no treatment, there's no cure, there are treatment modalities that can be there to reduce the progression and also to improve quality of life, because both the people diagnosed with the disease as well as the caregivers, there's a huge emotional burden, financially, emotionally, and even burnout. So imagine now you had an independent grandmother who was by herself, but now she needs to stay with you. You need to look out for her, make sure she doesn't walk out into the street because she may get lost. So the caregivers also develop a lot of burnout in terms of looking after elderly people. So a lot of support is actually needed in Botswana, as well as also early diagnosis involves imaging, which can be expensive because you need to rule out other things. So doing an MRI, CT brain, not everyone has access to it. You also need to do blood tests that make sure you rule out other things that can cause similar things. So infections and other things have to be ruled out. So you find the diagnostic process also is a challenge in Botswana. Okay. And when you look at dementia, primarily in other countries, it is managed by specialists. So you find that it's managed either by psychiatrists who are keen on managing patients with dementia. It can also be managed by neurologists who are specialists to do with the brain, as well as what we call geriatricians. So these are special physicians who actually go on to specialize in old people, which is called geriatrics. Okay. So these are special people who have more knowledge in depth in managing these patients. And you find that in resource limited areas like in Botswana, we may not have the speciality to manage these patients well.
And let's talk about support and support groups in Botswana that are available to try and help out people who are going through such as, because it's also so private. You don't want to be telling your mom's business, your father's business. I know the grandfathers are known to be very angry at everything because they also don't know what's going on with them, and they're always so in control. So they are also a bit scared in that situation. Yeah. Are there any communities that people can go into and access some help?
So there is a foundation in Botswana that is actually a non-governmental organization, Pelonomi.
I was waiting
Forgive
for you to do it.
Pelonomi Foundation.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's a foundation that actually offers support to both the people diagnosed with dementia, but also importantly the caregivers, to give them more information, support groups and information that is available from this foundation. There's also Dementia Botswana, which is also an organization that gives support and helps patients and caregivers who've been diagnosed with dementia on how to cope and manage, and also expectations and share in terms of the struggles involved in caring for these patients.
Awesome. Always a pleasure, Dr. Karwa, for hanging out with us. She'll be back again next week, and we'll be talking more about the medical space, man, and what you need to be looking out for. Remember, you can always visit her at her office, Rumamed Clinic. That's on MRI House. That's plot 60601 in Gaborone, or you can call 75605278. I have been stalking. I do my research. All right, thank you so much, Dr. Rukara. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of our show. Shout out to Bangu, and shout out to everyone who checked us out, man. We out. Peace.
different identities. PODI-CAST with PODI-CAST.